Flurfs. How are you doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, guys, it's good to see you all here. We're having a late evening tonight, as last stream Monday, yeah. But anyway, we got a full panel tonight, so it's good to see you. We got Michael Kahn, Neil Constantino, NW Dude, Just Bill, PJ Cruikshank, and Aaron Armstrong in twice for some reason. How are you guys all doing?
Hey.
Good. I'm not getting used to the yo flash though.
It was voted in, so.
I know. You terrible people. Why?
Folks out there, don't fall for the ball.
Exactly.
No, we don't fall for the ball. That's it.
it. So yeah, I'm so happy to have a stream again tonight. So I'm always enjoying that. I'm just going to quickly say hi to everybody in the YouTube land chat quickly. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. We see we got PJ in there. Jeff Conkle, unfortunately, couldn't make it, but thank you for coming. Alve Paul, good to see you. Alan Nostra and Professor Harvester, you guys rock. Martin 3, hello. Jimmy, hello. Thank you for coming. Meharg, thank you for coming. Derek Nelson, good to see you. Who else? Michael Kahn, obviously, yeah. I think we said hello, I'm not sure. Melissa, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. And I think that's about everybody that I see in the chat.
Super chat.
Is there? Edith Dentist, thank you for coming. I don't see any super chats, mate.
I'm trying to get them going for you. Come on, super chats.
What? Have you seen the new option in the top, where the top chat or live chat is?
Yeah.
You've now fan funding where it's just super chat, channel members gifting.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, then that's awesome. So I can see if someone sends. Oh, that's cool. Oh, thank you.
I don't know if that means messages as well as that, or just super chats and just stickers and that. I don't know.
Well, we'll see if members send me a message, maybe it pops up. I'm not sure. Yeah. But cool. And then we got Brian Stavely in the house and Face Reality. Always good to see you guys. Thank you for coming.
Brian? Wow.
Yeah, Brian.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Brian's cool, man.
He's my Facebook buddy.
Love his Mandela Effect videos. He comes here quite often. Come here quite often. Love
and
him.
original D Rose as well. It was good to see you too, man.
D Rose.
Yeah, he's a long time supporter.
Hey, I have a question for D Rose. Why does it say original D Rose? Is there more than one out there? Is that why you're trying to make sure we know you're the original one? I'm just kind of curious why he does that, I'm asking these days.
And Lumpy Gas and Vacuum, he says, who votes to informative? Even if they disagree, it is informative. It is information.
I want to say something to D Rose as well. Get you sending Element.
Yeah. He's got some bars, D Rose, I'm telling you.
Right. Original D Rose thinks that the Americas are actually the lands in the Bible.
I heard.
Oh boy.
You never know. I mean, I'm not saying he's right, but that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, guys.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly put that on, guys. Yeah, Neil still needs help for his deposit for his car. So if anybody is able to help, I am sticking the link in the box here. I'm putting it. Please do click on, even if you can even help him with a cent. It really does help him, guys. He needs to get to work, and we all know how stressed it can be if you don't have the ways to get to work. Yes, mate.
Neil, do you have Venmo? Neil, do you have Venmo?
Paul knows.
Or Zelle?
I have PayPal and
CoinDrop.
Cash App. Yeah.
CoinDrop has everything I have, right?
If you have Zelle, it's super easy with Zelle. It's like an instant money given, and there's no charge or no money taken out. It's all straight up 100% yours.
Yeah, I think the same thing with PayPal, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think Venmo, you have to have a bank account.
The PayPal works awesome because it pays it into the PayPal, and then you just pay it out into your linked bank account.
Correct. Well, I don't even have to. I could just use that card. That's what I did. Yeah. I canceled my bank account. PayPal card.
Got it. Okay.
It works the same way. No sweat. Don't worry about it. I appreciate everybody that helped out. Paul, Paula, Skep936. You guys are awesome. Paul, you're amazing.
Yeah. Just don't get yourself a Navara this time, please.
What? What?
I could get him a placky pig for next to note and post it over.
Mhm.
Okay, guys, you ready to start part 2?
Imagine Neil in a placky pig.
Okay.
Yeah, I could imagine it.
Okay. So this is practically about where we stopped last time, 34. So we came halfway. So I'm excited to see what they present to us the second part. Are you guys ready to start this?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
Make it to the ocean, it'll crash on dry land. Okay? So NASA has to launch rockets from Texas and Florida because it's right by the water. If they wanted to launch a rocket from Little Rock, Arkansas, it wouldn't even make it to Texarkana.
So when they launch rockets in Cape Canaveral, Florida, or in Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, the problem is you can't get past the firmament.
In
Stop.
1962.
Stop.
Yeah.
I have a problem with this. You can't get past firmament business because in Bible it doesn't say it anywhere, and only place you can have got firmament from is Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you be running around saying that? I mean,
And
if you look at account at Tower of Babel, it says. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and know nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. So they were trying to get to heaven, so they were clearly thinking they can get past firmament. So
they were trying to get to the firmament to get there. Exactly.
Yeah. I just don't know. Do we? I mean, we know we're contained, obviously, because we have gas pressure, but whether anything can penetrate it somehow, we don't know, do we? But it's not clear, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, the rain, things like the windows of heaven opened, like when rain came down. So that's a possibility of an opening, isn't it?
well, if they were trying to get to God and war with God, then they were clearly going to have to get past firmament. And God said, whatever they imagine they'll do, they'll be able to do it. So I take that as like,
Yeah, but God didn't allow them to.
no,
Right.
I didn't
And
allow
it was
him.
God that opened the windows of heaven.
Not a problem with
the
that.
point being is people run around saying things about firmament and stuff. Oh, don't really read Bible for a start. It's a claim that Scripture don't back up.
That's a thing that stuck to me. I mean, I don't think he teaches Bible, does he?
No.
And he's saying firmament. Shouldn't he be saying dome or something then? Because that's more like in the early. I mean, I think firmament should be more along the lines of this is what the Bible teaches, so therefore it's firmament. You know what I mean? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think if you're not pushing the Bible, then you shouldn't be saying the word firmament because. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But he's also trying to use it for those out there who aren't really familiar with everything. So kind of he has to introduce the term somehow, right? I mean, I suppose he could introduce it to the Bible. But.
Yeah, I think the reason he's saying firmament is maybe for the Christian viewers out there. Maybe that's why. But
it could be.
But I would say it's a bit contradicting of himself. If you don't teach the Bible, then why are you using God's word for it? You understand?
That's right. That's right.
Well, what I'm saying is, why are you saying nobody can get past firmament when Scripture doesn't say that?
Yeah, that's his.
Well, hold on. Are you saying that? Are you saying that we can get past the firmament? I mean, we can, or we can't, or
what Michael was saying was
no. That's not his point. That's not his point. That's not his point.
What I'm saying is, when they were building Tower of Babel, they were building it to get to heaven and war with God, to get to God and kill him.
They want to kill him, right? Yeah.
And God said, whatever these people imagine, they'll be able to accomplish.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think Michael's point is like why people saying things about the Bible when they don't really know it or like they haven't really read it. And do you know what I mean? I'm not saying Michael's claiming that you can get past, or he's not claiming you can. Do you know what I mean? It's just
the thing is, he's made a claim. The guy's made a claim, and now it's kind of put a burden onto everybody. Understand? Because now Flat Earther says you can't get put through the firmament. Now guess what? Globers are going to hop on and say, "Oh, you flat earthers say you can't get past the firmament." So what it's made out
Right.
of? How do you get through? Why do you say you can't get through? How high is it? You understand this kind of thing?
He's made a claim he can't back up.
Exactly.
Right. That's right.
So then, how should he have phrased that whole thing? Then, in your opinion?
My opinion, I would have said, we can't, because we have gas pressure, therefore we have containment, and therefore it invalidates space as a vacuum.
Bingo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Level Up, good to see you. Jeff Gassett and Derek G, you guys rock. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you.
But sorry, but he is still talking about rockets. So then, I guess he could say we can't send rockets into a place that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That way, you're okay. All right.
Yeah. It's
Gotcha.
just how the guy words it. If you word it differently, then
Understood. Yeah.
7 years before they faked the moon landing, Operation Dominic began. A series of 31 missiles were shot straight up into the sky to test how high humans can actually reach. They quickly figured out not far at all.
It seems that whenever they were shooting these missiles up into the sky, they were actually interacting with different layers of this plasma field or this
another claim from Mr. Whitsett. Faciality, thank you very much for your super chat. $5 super chat. He says, only way past the firmament is through its windows or in your spiritual form. Firmament is solid because it holds the waters above. Bombs failed as well. Thank you very much for your super chat, Faciality. Yeah, and God opened the windows of heaven. Hence why we had Noah's flood. So yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. But yeah, did you hear Whitsett making claims that it's plasma fields and... I mean, what?
Let me ask you a question. Where did this video come from? And how do we know about this Operation Dominic?
No, the Operation Dominic is a well-documented government operation that they had, where they were trying to, quote unquote,
I know what it is, Flatzoid, but I'm saying, how did
explosions,
that come out? How did it come out? Who put that out? Is what I'm saying. It could be well documented, but we don't know if it was put out by the government.
Yeah, who
we have
declassified
no idea.
it? Yeah, who declassified it?
Yeah.
But yeah. But that's not what the thing that bothers me. The thing that bothers me is like Whitsett making claims about different exploding in different plasma fields and what?
Yeah, he's getting good at that.
Yeah, Jeff Gas and plasma is gas. It's just a form of excited gas, but he's making it sound like the firmament now, or whatever he likes to put it. They like to put it is now plasma. You understand? Because I think he was one of those that push, when they take the frequency, the resonance, and it vibrates so much that it keeps the liquid floating. I think that's what he pushes as the dome or whatever. So yeah, it's weird. They're making so much claims without having anything to back it up, and that's the issue I got. Because the thing is, if they're making a claim, unfortunately, it puts it on all of us. And usually the Globers then come and ask me, and I get this a lot, please back this up that because this guy on Globuster said this. It's like, ask that guy to back it up. It's got nothing to do with me. I didn't push this, so why are you asking me? But you're a flat earther, he's a flat earther. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're placing the burden onto us, which we didn't need to be placed on the first place.
Yeah.
Hey, Abby McFly, thank you for coming, mate. Good to see you.
I think we'll get someone else in the panel. I just don't know.
Whoop, I did hear
Aaron
a whoop.
keeps coming.
Oh, it's Aaron.
Aaron keeps coming in and out. He says he's muted and he can't unmute.
Maybe he's got issues or something.
I just had the whooping sound. The whoop.
But there's only who's got moderator rights? You, Flatzoid.
You as and
I think we have as well in Flatzoid.
Dude, NW dude.
He's got moderator right.
Yeah.
Well, there's only him who could unmute Aaron like then.
Yeah. NW. Oh, let's see. I can't. Can't do anything to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, sorry, Aaron, whatever's going on. I hope you do get your thing sorted. Hey, Tony Whitcomb, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Okay, let's carry on.
Electromagnetic phenomena, and it seems to have fluid-like properties. As it actually hits a certain portion of this force field, if you will, it begins to disperse and seek equilibrium based on the impedance of the electromagnetic layers.
You see what I'm saying? Word salad.
He sounds like the guy after 9/11 that gives the whole shebang about what happened and the buildings collapsed due to structural damage, due to fires. That's what he sounds like. He's got all the answers with
Just
him.
strings loads of words together that sound smart to me, and I bet if you defined all them words, it won't make sense.
Well, we're still waiting for him. Remember when he spoke last time? He tried to redefine what electromagnetism was.
Mm.
That's the thing. They make their own definitions of words, and they keep changing it, and then people must just somehow know what the hell they're talking about. That's why when I asked him about diamagnetism, he's like, but that's not what he... And then Raichi managed to bring up a stream where he was talking about it being diamagnetism. I mean, really. These guys keep on changing everything, making their own words up, taking words that's already got a definition and making their own definition for it, and then just saying, you see, this is what it says. But it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he claims to know what the sky is. He just broke it all down for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like the word level. I mean,
the problem is, like when you're dealing with ballers, you'll get somebody will come up and say, "Oh, which it says this," so I explain it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, no, I don't claim that.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, no, good to see you, mate. Yeah, as Paul says, electripa and electrify.
Why is it when we review this footage that these things are exploding? It looks like they're hitting a barrier.
Testing the strength of the firmament, and they weren't able to penetrate it.
What's going on there? What is this? In my opinion, I think that they were trying to find a way to possibly get out. There's a firmament above us.
So everything is as above, so below.
Whoa.
Bobby.
Joel Bowman. King
I've never seen this guy before, ever.
What is he wearing?
String vest.
I hope he's not one of those that you have to say they, thou, thee, whatever his name is, him, she.
Hey, Flats, if I'm silent, it's because I'm working right now, so I'm managing my job in my panel's time. So
no stress, mate. Thank you for coming.
But you know, yeah. My pleasure, man. It's awesome.
But yeah, I don't know this guy's either.
Obviously, many people are becoming aware that there's a firmament above that many people are now starting to realize is impenetrable.
No matter what you do, you can't go straight up in the air and keep going.
An interesting rocket launch was the amateur Go Fast rocket. They gave us something that NASA and SpaceX never gives us, an uninterrupted feed from their camera. If you watch a NASA launch or a SpaceX launch, there's 4, 5, 6 cuts before it even clears.
Yeah, Paul says, don't mess with him. He does UFC, you know.
It reminds me of Tyrese Gibson. Is it Gibson? Tyrese Gibson from Fast and Furious?
Yeah, Tyrese. Yeah, Richard, can we get a normal Flat Earth documentary? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think after the first part, I think I think we should do a documentary as well, guys.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. When
Cool.
you said that the other night, I thought it was a brilliant idea, man. Absolutely.
Hey, Meekin, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Yeah,
You'll make Neil happy.
Yeah, this Go Fast rocket. They're also just making a claim that it does hit something and stop. Where the globe has already had an answer for it, thanks to the yo-yo spin mechanism. Which I agree it can't just stop dead, though. But to claim it hit the dome, or firmament as they put it, and to say, just straight say, oh, this is then, that means then that's the height of it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think it's high enough, like, personally.
Exactly.
So if you want to know how high it is, you should ask the government, because they did tests back in the 50s.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it keeps changing.
I know.
You get places that are higher or lower as others. So I mean, so you can't really say how high it is.
Well, if you assume it's a sphere, a half dome, right? Then you would know there's a certain height, and then from there it gets closer and closer and closer to the sides. But who knows for sure? Because that's assuming the shape right there. We don't know what shape it is. I have no clue what shape is up above us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, Base Truth, thank you for coming. Yeah. See, my only issue with what we've been seeing so far tonight is a lot of claims being made from them. And it's claims that they're just putting burdens of proof onto flat Earth. That's my issue I've got. It's the
fallacious and also what's that term that they want to use to hype things up and say crazy things just to get people going? Like, yeah, I think it's called a certain term for that.
Yeah.
Here is the launch pad. Gave us an uninterrupted 72 miles, I think. Went up and also.
Someone's sniffing or. I just hear in the background.
I thought it was part of the video.
Is someone doing cocaine or what are you guys doing?
you go find out who it was first because it weren't me.
Is that you, Hunter?
Is it maybe Aaron trying to get in with that mutey thing?
No.
I don't know. No.
Oh, it's dude.
Oh, it's you, dude. Are you flicking paper or something? It sounds like you're flicking paper.
Me? No paper here. I got my tablet. I got my phone. My laptop.
Hey, Owen, thank you for coming. Yeah, I think because every time that sound comes on, it does light up by you. I don't know. Maybe it's bad.
All right, I'll watch it. I apologize. I'll watch it then.
Right. Thanks, man. Okay, let's try again. Okay.
When it went kerplunk, it hit something.
It went up and it appears to have hit the firmament.
One thing I really...
You see what I'm saying? It appears to hit the firmament. That's fine. It appears. But I'm just saying something must have stopped it. What it is, nobody knows. I mean, we've seen images from Satelloons that have looked like they're a bit higher than this. Because I've seen mountain ranges and stuff look smaller than this. Understand? So that's why I said you can't really say what happened.
No.
You can make speculation, but you can't say for certainty.
Yeah, to me, in my own mind, it doesn't seem high enough, but I couldn't say for sure because I haven't got a clue how high it is, you know?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it does definitely stop quite suddenly, which is odd if there's nothing up there. I mean, even if the yo-yo spin is there to stop it from moving, rotating quickly to stop, it's literally just lost its momentum. So, like something did have to stop it. So that I would have to say, yeah. So I don't really agree with the yo-yo spin mechanism as they put it to say that's what stopped it from going up. Because that just stops it from turning. It doesn't take all the momentum away from going upwards.
Just all speculation.
Yeah, it's just speculation, exactly.
To embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
There's no place to go.
There is water surrounding us in all directions.
Thanks, Bill. And then we get the Globalist with that saying, oh, you take it out of context. Because he's talking about the satellite space junk. And they say, okay, show me.
Jeez, that's bad.
But you see, that's how it works, though. Truth in plain sight. They give you 1% truth and 99% rubbish. And the thing that's said with truth, and you say, see, that's the truth we're saying. They say, no, you don't understand. It's just you taking out of context. You're cherry picking.
So hold on. So so Bill Nye says you can't leave your, what we said, right? So how could you interpret that to be something different? I just don't understand. There's only so much you could go with that because of the word being used. It only means so many things. It can't mean, it can't be too ambiguous.
Yeah, I want this generation to embrace. There's nowhere they can go. You can't leave this Earth.
Yeah.
It's quite in your face.
Yeah. And yet NASA's showing you pictures of supposedly planets that look inhabitable like millions and billions of miles away. We had this guy saying you can't go there. So it's kind of interesting, I think. Like, it's really strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, look at all the supposed space junk that they say. Why isn't it possible to see any of the space junk? Why do we still have daytime, for Pete's sake, if there's so much space junk, as they say? It should be covered.
Oh, I know.
And if mass so-called attracts mass, shouldn't all the mass in space be attracting one another to create their own little planet, own little own satellite, like the moon? But we don't see this.
So in other words, you have a space junkyard where it all collects into one ball or one. Yeah, that's interesting. Good point.
And this just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Space reality is built like the new science guy.
Exactly.
But we know why it doesn't happen. We know why it doesn't happen.
Well, gravity is very selective, by the way, guys. So.
Oh, hold on. And just to let you know, just in case you didn't know, Bill Nye is not a science guy. Dolph Lundgren has science degrees. Bill Nye has no degrees.
Bill Nye.
No science degrees.
Bill Nye is just a TV personality. That's all. For
He's got a chemical engineering degree, but that's not science.
No. So yeah,
he's an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor that is a TV
personality
for children.
They all are, aren't they? Neil deGrasse Tyson, they're all actors, aren't they?
Yes.
Including directly above us, we now know that there's something called superfluid that exists. You could have helium-3, and it could actually offer full electromagnetic propagation perpetually without any impedance. Based on the things that I see, such as Crow 777's lunar wave observations, I think that...
I love how it says Crow 777's lunar observations. It's not Crow 777's. There's more than one people that's made the same observation. So why are they just pushing it to Crow 777, you understand?
She's famous, more famous.
Oh, yeah. But it's not him. I mean, just his observation. He made observations of that, just like many.
It's called a name drop.
Yeah, I mean,
what
about Mikey Smith?
Went it first person.
Mikey Smith had one of them.
And Mikey Smith had better ones, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you had him on the show because of it.
Wait. No, Mikey Smith calls Crow 777 out for being a liar, and it's not real.
Yeah, but remember, Mikey Smith had on. He also came out and actually showed it on my stream. What is that? Well, he just said he doesn't know what it is. There's a difference. Where what's the name? Witzer just made a bold claim and said that's electromagnetic waves of superfluid.
And Crow didn't say that, by the way. He didn't call it that either. So that's Austin going out and doing his thing, which is fine. He wants to, but understand Crow. That's not Crow's claim.
Yeah, but like I said, Witzer just took it and made a claim about it, saying
right,
it's wave propagation due to the electromagnetic pulse through the superfluid. It's like, how can you make such claims? You understand?
It's doing no different to all these that look at lights in the sky and then make claims about them.
Yeah, he might as well be an astrophysicist. He might as well just be an astronomer.
Yeah.
I mean, what difference is it? He's doing exactly the same bullshit. Let's look at the sky. This is what it looks like to me, so therefore there it is.
Yeah, unfortunately that is true. I'll admit. Yeah.
That there is clearly a fluid-like medium above us.
The waters above in ancient astronomy, which was the same science as astrology, except one was more theological and one was more secular, they taught that this was called the crystalline sea. And in the book of Revelation, it speaks about the crystalline sea. It's the ninth heaven. The waters above, it's firm.
Ninth heaven. There's only 7 heavens in the Bible, mate. What Bible are you reading?
Ninth heaven. Wow.
I think he's on about the 9 levels of hell by what's it? Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only 7 heavens. What Bible does he read?
I know. He's getting mixed up, I think.
Yeah. Could be.
Wow. Okay. That's also something I can't stand with these guys. They love to misrepresent the Bible, guys, and go on as if they know about the Bible, and then they have the gullible followers following them. Like, yeah, you guys are so true. You guys are truthers, saying God is a liar. He's a wicked person. He's not really a God.
God's a liar.
Yeah.
Huh.
Jeranism saying God is a sick guy trying to buy you over with gold. It's like, what the? You know what I mean?
Did you guys hear that?
Yep.
I've seen that with him and what's his face, that other guy who claimed it. I don't know if Jaron said that, but I don't know. It's still kind of strange to Jaron say that.
Jaron didn't say nice things about Jesus, that's for sure.
Well, no one's perfect, I guess.
Yeah.
No.
Welcome,
But-
Stereo Section 5 in Twitch. Thank you for following, mate.
Still.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, Jaron probably had it back. Jaron comes from that world, though. He had a bad experience. My dad was the same way, so I've been in that area of the world where like people have bad experience with the Roman Catholic Church, and as a result, they turn away from God.
Yeah, the Roman Catholics is
great guys
really,
over there.
Yeah, the Roman Catholic is really poison to
Yes,
a
it
person's
is.
true walk with God.
Yeah, I know.
And I wish that people would stop pushing them onto Christians, because it isn't. Christians and Roman Catholics is not the same thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Can anybody tell me where in Revelation it says 7 heavens?
I don't know.
We can always go through the cosmological thing sometime, but not tonight. We don't have time.
Not right now.
I'm just saying, I thought Bible stated there were 3, like, that's all.
No, the 7 heavens.
Well, where's it said that? That's what I'm wanting to know.
It's a TV show, okay? There you go. That's the proof.
7th heaven.
It's actually got some giftings.
It was a good show, by the way. I like that show.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
Hey, Jono, thank you very much for your 5 memberships gifts. I really appreciate the support. You rock, man. Thank you very much. And I'm sure everybody's
Right on.
appreciative for the super chats, for the members. Thank you
Good
very,
job.
very much.
Now you've had a gift, I can see a blue dot in the live chat thing, so I think it does come up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Paula, if you can hear me, does it say there's 7 heavens in Revelation?
She would know.
Mm-hmm.
She would know.
No doubt that.
Okay, you guys ready to go on?
Yeah.
I think the evidence is pretty overwhelming that there is a fluid-like medium above us.
Yeah, she says, nope, not in Revelation.
That
Still
noise
making
is
a
a
lot of making noise, dude. It's crazy noise.
Sorry.
You might
I'm
have
not sure
to
what's
mute
going
if you're
on
not talking, though. Maybe.
Yes, sir. I will do it.
Shot.
So
Thanks,
it's pulled 9 clean out of thin air then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely no 9 heavens. Yeah, the
No,
Bible
there's-
only speaks of the 3rd heaven, but I'm sure I saw I'll show you. I think you guys want to do this sometime. We go through the cosmology and we check the where they come with the 7. Well, the cosmology of the heavens.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think that'll be quite.
Is that better now?
Yeah, from
Well,
my,
is that better?
I
Much
remember,
better. Much
I only
better.
hear like 3 heavens, that 3 heavens. That's all I've heard. But I mean, I have heard 7 as well. But I mean, from what Revelation, I'm sure that only does say 3, like Michael said.
Because
I say yes, do it. Do it. Do a
Yeah,
video on that.
Because I'm sure someone the other day said 7 heavens. Let's see.
Well, I've just asked Paula, and Paula says no, so it don't say 7 heavens in Revelation. It can't do.
There we go. Is this idea 7 heavens, the 7th heaven, biblical? Each of the 7 heavens was associated with a particular god and a celestial body. Ooh. So that it makes it pagan. Ooh.
Pagan,
Yeah.
The New Testament does not refer to the concept of 7 heavens. However, explicit reference to 3rd heaven appears in the 2nd epistle of Corinthians. That's right. So the 7th heaven is actually a pagan thing based on the planets.
Yeah, because Paul. Paul has just said it. Yeah, because Paul was caught up to the 3rd heaven, wasn't he?
There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah,
The
yeah.
7 heavens: 1 material heaven, mystic heaven, early heaven, silent heaven, sacred heaven, secular heaven, and the 3rd heaven. You know what? I think it is actually based on Jehovah's Witnesses and things, guys.
Yeah. That would
You know what's weird? I've heard the term 7 hells too in like books and TV shows before. 7 hells.
Like the 9 levels of hell. That's Dante's Inferno, isn't it? I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
That's
3rd
right.
heaven,
Yeah,
like it says. It's very interesting because lately I've been hearing the people talking about a lot of 7 heavens and stuff, not 9. But yeah, it's really weird. Well, 3 levels of heaven, Bible according to the vision, people resurrected, and the final judgment will be assigned to 3 degrees of glory called the celestial, terrestrial, and terrestrial kingdom. Okay. Wow. People just making up their own shit as they go along.
Wow.
But yeah, I think the 7th heaven is what the Jehovah's Witness.
But let's just not forget the point where he claimed in Revelation it says 9 heavens and it doesn't. So
It doesn't. Exactly.
It's totally misrepresenting what Scripture says.
Well, he probably hasn't read it, or he skimmed it, or he knew someone that read it once.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to have that conversation sometime, guys.
Or he flubbed. You know, it happens.
Mm. And by the way, 7 heavens, guys, comes from the Muslim texts. Just have to let you guys know. Because they believe there's 7 heavens.
Sure.
What I can tell you for sure is the water above is level, because all water finds and maintains level.
Okay, how does he know that?
Yeah,
how does he know there's a depth to the waters above?
Yeah. How do you know physics are the same if there is water above? Do you know what I mean?
Mm. So, again, speculation. But yes, water definitely does find its own level here on Earth, guys.
Yeah, it does.
But I mean, yeah, God separated the waters above from the waters below.
Right.
It's really odd now that it says he knows that the waters are level above.
But we're really going to be arguing about that, aren't we, when we're trying to prove
Earth. Exactly.
I feel that's the next wave of enlightenment, is now more and more people realizing as above, so below. And the only way we can get above or below is to go within and tune our frequency.
Straight into New Age.
No. No wonder why I've never heard of this guy. He talks bullshit. You don't tune your frequency to go to heaven or hell, you bloody moron. That's not what the Bible teaches.
Yeah, it's not like a radio station, you know what I mean? You've got to get some kilohertz in there. And it's optional.
I wish these damn New Agers would stop pushing, because they always do this. They take the Bible and then they totally misrepresent it, like as in 100%, and talk to it as its authority, and people that don't read the Bible just accept it.
It's like some bloody Joel Osteen and that do that kind of crap.
Let's just listen to exactly what the guy says again.
Level, because all water finds and maintains level.
I feel that's the next wave of enlightenment, is now more and more people realizing as above, so below. And the only way we can get above or below is to go within and tune our frequency.
Why are you trying to tune your frequency with your nipples?
Tune it, Tokyo.
No, guys, you can't tune your frequency to go above and below in your heart. There's no such bullshit as that. John 3:16. No one goes to the Father except through me. Okay, God who died for us. God came as flesh to die for us so you can go to see the Father. That's it. That's how you get to heaven. To go to hell is your separation from God. There's nothing about tuning frequency inside you and all this bloody mumbo-jumbo nonsense.
Wow.
Jeez. No wonder why I don't know this guy. This guy makes me want to go just look for his channel so I can tell him to stop talking about bullshit.
I put my Venmo link in the chat.
Oh, there we go, guys.
Ooh, thanks. I'll do it right now then, because I prefer that.
There we go. I'm gonna pin the Venmo link. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. You are into your info.
Thank you, Flatzoid. I appreciate all you guys do, man.
No stress, mate.
Worth it, Neil. You're a good man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sort something out, Neil, when I get some money. I just skint it at the minute.
Hey, Geometry Wombat, good to see you, mate.
To that of which surpasses and passes through.
Who knows? Maybe there is some kind of firmament, and we're underwater. We could be underwater. Maybe there's water above the firmament and then water down here.
That could possibly be why the sky is blue, because behind it is the firmament, which holds back water.
Oh.
Wow. See what happens, though? Now you got to start explaining everything.
Yeah, because they're placing a burden, and now they've got to try to explain the burden. And it's been explained also why it's blue. It's because the light through the atmo. That's why it looks blue as well. That's the Globalist answer. So, yeah. Water isn't blue, exactly level. Obviously, they haven't gone deep sea diving before, have they?
So here's the thing. My nephew and I were discussing this whole thing.
You want to check Blackpool? See, it's brown.
Do you know what it
Hey, Flats.
It is.
I've got a nephew. He's 19 years old. He thinks the sky is blue because of the reflection of the ocean. I'm trying to tell him, but how about the places where it's not reflected from the ocean, like the mountains, and how do you justify the sky being blue over there? It's just really weird that they don't understand. It's just really strange. I'm like, and I can't. He won't hit his mind. He won't see. He'll just use that. I'm like, how do you get? Where do you get that from? Just like him thinking that I can't see that far because of the curvature of the Earth. I'm like, who's teaching you this pseudoscience? You know, it's this crap.
Exactly.
Crazy.
That is insane.
Terrible.
But that's why these people will never contact the likes of FED panel and myself and whatever to go be on their so-called documentaries. It's because we don't push bullshit like these guys. We don't push new age rubbish. We're not in the cool kids club. You know, we're getting excommunicated, as you could say. It's crazy. So in other words,
I'll literally welcome being excommunicated from the New Age movement.
Yeah.
Not that I'm even in it to start with. Like,
we wouldn't even take a step in that direction, man.
Yeah.
You have to be part of something to be excommunicated. We were never part of that Witsit crew.
No, never part of the club. So yeah, guys, it's crazy. So in other words, to be in their documentaries, you need to be selling your soul to the devil. In other words, you could say. So no, thank you. Bye-bye.
As above, so below. God's throne does not sit on a convex, silly snow globe, okay? The firmament, the waters above, where he separated the waters below from above, they're flat and level. It's the sky plane. The sky only appears to curve, just like...
You see, again, making more claims.
How
do you know?
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I thought that, like, there's loads of videos from Dave Weiss showing a snow globe.
Also, yeah, weird. But like I said, now they're making claims again what the shape is.
Yeah, that's it. That's, I mean, how do we don't know this at all.
How do you know?
Hey, guys.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. When I try to pay Neil, it's asked me to verify his last four of his phone number because I guess it's more than one Neil. And they want to make sure I'm verifying that it's the right one. So,
Neil?
FYI on that.
Okay, maybe just message. Oh, there we go. 4157.
Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
Just while we're stopped, dude, can you check on if you've got moderator rights?
Sorry, what?
Moderator rights. He has moderator rights. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you check if Aaron's muted?
I'm not really sure how to do that. I don't have my experience. I can try to check. I don't know. I just don't know where to go. Sorry.
He hasn't got moderator rights. It's just that he's
He has whoever's.
hold on.
Whoever's first in.
I have a wrench.
We have moderator rights, Michael.
No, we don't. Not.
It's just
Well,
NW is the only one that's got moderator rights. I don't.
What in this room?
Yeah, in this room.
When you're in
Element or YouTube.
It says people.
Listen. When you're in VC, the first person in gets moderator rights.
Oh, I see. Right.
Paul up first, then Dude. Paul left, so that leaves it to Dude.
I thought you meant like because like we're moderator for the room. I thought that's what I thought.
Right.
Right.
No, it's on Element.
I don't know how you.
Yeah, guys, it's on Element. Would you just check if you can click on him and unmute him or something?
If you can see like them.
Oh, I see now. I found it. Yeah, hold on.
I will not get the jab. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming in. Okay.
That's me. That's me.
Okay.
Right, so you can either give them moderator rights back to Flatzoid, or you can check to see if Aaron wants.
Gotta be a baller interrupting the show because he can't get in.
Okay. Are you guys ready to go on?
Yes.
Shot.
Like the ground. There is no curvature in the sky. There's no curvature on the earth.
Well, Dave, the SpaceX Falcon 9 is going to launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base, and it's going to launch in just about a minute, maybe a little less here. Just see the trail it's leaving behind. Absolutely amazing, and to describe it to you from, I mean, you can see it, but from the ground, it almost looks as though
some of these rockets look like they're scraping across a watery firmament, kind of like a boat dragging something through the water.
You go, Dave. You go.
Now it's a dome, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if it's meant to be a flat, if that guy's saying it's flat, well, we're flattening the flat up there. I mean, what kind of walls is he saying it's got? Is it like, obviously it's not a dome, so it's just not one continuous thing. It must have walls as well, you know.
Well, they're claiming that there's no dome. Yeah, they've just claimed that. But yet they're saying these rockets are like skirting around the shape of a dome.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So it's clean double speak.
So the one guy on their panel on the documentary says this, and the other one says that. So they didn't communicate with each other who believes what.
No.
Yeah. But also, like I says, it looks like it's skimping like a boat. Just because it looks that way, so therefore.
You see what resembles a speedboat going through water. You'll see the rocket hit the firmament, explode like watery, and then it will skim along the surface of the firmament. Why is that? Well, because it's hydrogen. It's water.
I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're not flying into space.
It's almost like they're just throwing it in your face. Look, we're running into a solid barrier. These rockets literally look like they're bouncing off the ocean. Like.
Okay. It does. Look...
Thank you. It worked out. So thank you very much.
Sure. It does look pretty. Melissa, I don't know why you're always having problems because I don't see anybody banning your what's the name though? So I'm not sure what's going on there. Weird.
The boats in the ocean.
Paul, don't go ban you for no reason, Melissa. Last time you said you were banned, there was nothing wrong with your account. I checked it, people checked it, and it still said you could hide it or you could hide you. So that means if we could hide you, it means you aren't hidden.
If you get timed out or hidden, all your comments disappear, and the comments were still there further up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it must be a technical issue. I also think so. I know sometimes it happens to me as well. When I'm on live streams, sometimes I can't comment all of a sudden, or it just, almost like I'm banned, but I'm not banned. And then the next time I go through, then I'm back again.
It tells you on the screen who Paul's banned and who anyone's banned, and Paul hasn't banned you whatsoever. Trust me.
Yeah. No, I think there's some technical issues with it because it's her third account, like she says.
Yeah, it is.
And I know she's not being nasty or anything. It's just
it
might be a YouTube issue. It might be a YouTube issue as well. You don't know.
It is. I've seen it before in other streams I've been on. So yeah.
I know she's not being nasty. I'm just letting assure her that it's not Paul. You know.
Melissa, I think YouTube doesn't like you.
I don't like any of us.
It's because you support
me.
Hey
guys. Hello.
Hello.
Hey man, sorry about that. It was all my fault. Sorry, I had not allowed my phone to record audio.
Right.
So yeah, it was all down.
Is this Aaron?
Yeah, it's Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, hey Aaron.
Hello.
Hi.
All right.
Melissa, like I said, Paul's not banning you. It shows if he does, and it's definitely not showing anything. So I'm not sure where it's coming from, though.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. Just do your best you can, Melissa. Okay.
Melissa, he's definitely not banning you. He's not banning you. I've checked. He's not banning you. If he says he's not banning you anyway, he's not banning you.
Okay. Let me go see something quickly.
Okay.
It might be even settings by my. I'm gonna quickly go check for you. I don't know, Melissa. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm quickly going to check something. I don't know why it does that though. Because I mean, you're not the first person to have moaned about this, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly check. I'm looking under all my band lists. Quickly.
Paul's part of the team, Melissa. Paul's part of the
And I don't
team.
and I don't know Paul just to ban people, guys.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Nah, he doesn't do that kind of stuff. Usually, I mean, that's why I'm sure once in a while he will. There's some extremes going on.
Uprooting Flatzoid's whole show, and he only has a short time before the power goes off. Figure it out. If you don't get it figured out, get on the next show.
Melissa, none of your names are popping up yet as banned. None of them, not one.
The YouTube issue, Melissa. I wouldn't sweat it.
Yeah, I'm going through it again. But no, it's definitely not. There's no Melissa here banned.
Hey, Flatzoid, I've got a question for the group.
Yeah.
As a as a glober, when I see, or when a glober sees a flat earther or a group of flat earthers having to go at another group of flat earthers, what do you think that it does for us?
We don't care.
We don't care, yeah. We just here
It's
for
not
the
important
truth.
for us.
We just here for the truth, and we'll call out people that are plainly just misusing the term flat Earth for their own agenda, just like these guys are doing.
It doesn't matter if they're flat earthers, truthers, demonstrable realists, whatever.
And we can't say for sure that they're purposely doing what they're doing. I mean, they might be having what they think is a good thing they're doing for everyone. And we're just being really critical because we have a different mindset than they do, possibly. Or they have a different goal in mind that we're not sure about. We can't assume that there's something bad going on their end, you know.
Well,
So you all jumped in and said, you know, oh, well, we don't care, and you're trying to sound all tough and machismo and stuff. You know, we don't care, and then dude pipes in and says, well, you know, they're probably not doing any harm, or they're probably doing something different. So
no, I said we can't assume that. We can't assume that they have a bad intent. We're just calling them out because things they're saying are illogical.
What's the purpose of this question?
Yeah.
What's the purpose?
Can I just speak?
Oh, just to fill in the blanks, Neil. You really have some anger issues, Neil. So just always, I'm not out for attack. I'm just asking questions.
Can I speak, bro? We're reviewing a video, mate. It's not like question and talk night. I told you that in chat.
Yeah, this is simply for reviewing.
But you guys were talking about nothing. Don't attack me. You were all talking about whether she was banned or not, so I just asked the question. If you want me to go on mute and not ask any questions, no problem at all, man. I just thought you might enjoy a glober's view. If you guys want to go and attack or go and criticize or go and give a certain perception.
Who was attacking?
Okay, guys. Okay, this is getting.
That's not attacking.
Dude.
That's not attacking. That's just saying what I.
Okay, Aaron, you're starting to make this into a shit show, okay?
I stopped him for you.
Thanks. Okay. Aaron, again.
Sorry, Aaron.
We understand you're a glober, but coming in with totally nothing that's got to do with what we are reviewing is just a way to try and turn it into a shit show. Okay? We told you before, we've told everybody before, we don't give a shit what you guys think if we are going against other so-called flat earthers. We are truthers. We will call them out, full stop. Okay? And Melissa, I just went through live everybody to saw who I banned. You're not in the banned list. So I don't know what's going on. It must be a technical issue because you're not banned. Can we now please move on with the show?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
If I'll just say one more thing. Just one more thing. And I said this the other day. Please always, I apologize if I come over in a way that I don't intend. I mentioned that the other day that I am sometimes impulsive. So I'm not out to attack anyone. My question was purely just to get some understanding. However, I think the mentality of both flat earthers and globers is we're always thinking that we're under attack. So your instinctive response was to work in a certain way, and my instinctive response was to
This guy,
to
man.
talk in.
You know what?
Okay,
I
yeah.
ain't even staying for this freaking guy.
Yeah, Aaron, we understand, but can we go on with the show now? Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
Creating waves.
Neil,
Look at it.
Neil, you got anger
Look-
issues, buddy.
Aaron-
Big anger issues.
Look at that. They're putting it in our face. It's soft disclosure. They can't just come out and say there's a firmament, we're on a flat earth or whatever else. They can't just come out and say it. They have to show breadcrumbs. They got to show a trail of breadcrumbs. They have to boil the frog slowly.
People say, well, what's under the flat earth? Because they're thinking of a disk floating in space. We don't know what's under the flat earth because the deepest hole is 7.8 miles. And while they were digging that hole, while they were drilling that hole, they were using ground penetrating radar to see what they're going to hit next. And they were wrong every step of the way. No more rocks, no more water. They hit rocks, they hit water, right? They were wrong. And then they hit an impenetrable barrier. They tried for years to get through and they couldn't. And then they gave up. But then somehow we have a meme that shows us a cross-section of the earth the next 4,000 miles. They know exactly what's there. They couldn't get the first 7.8 miles right, but they know the next 4,000. And everyone's seen the meme of the earth with the molten magnetic core. Another thing that they're laughing at us.
Yeah, and this I have to agree with Dave Weiss because it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
They don't. How do they know? That's why they're going, oh, PNS waves, PNS waves. Yeah, your PNSs were wrong. Those whole 8 miles that we dug.
That's all math and models. It's not science.
Exactly. No stress, Neil.
You can't have a molten magnet. Any magnet of any type, you heat it up, and before it melts, it hits the Curie point, and it loses all its magnetism.
Have y'all heard about the recent claim from the heliocentric priests? They're saying that the core has stopped spinning and it's now spinning the opposite direction.
Yeah. They say it happens every 70 years. Yep. All they're saying, what happens is it slows down and then it appears to rotate in the opposite direction. It happens every 70 years. Something like that. But they say there's nothing to worry about, yet the whole Earth's magnetic field is based upon this phenomena. So, weird. If there's a pole change, it's supposed to have big implications for Earth.
Yeah.
And how does something appear to be if you can't even see it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Which is going to cause all this chaos.
Well, this morning we are learning about a shift in the Earth's inner core that sounds like the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster. Scientists say our planet's solid core, which is actually disconnected from the rest of the Earth's layers, may actually have stopped rotating and could even reverse course. What does this mean?
Well, at first it sounds like something.
I love how they use a string theorist for this.
I know, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. And by the way, anti-globers, anti-flat earthers do not like Michio Kaku and company because totally saying that your model is off by what, like 10 to the power of 25 zeros?
120.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
120 zeros.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that they don't use scientific method and they wing it or something by seat of the pants.
Exactly.
From a Hollywood movie. The script says, oh my God, the core of the Earth is spinning backwards.
How do they know this? I just want to know. How do they?
Yeah, how do they know this? Just like, how do you guys know what the shape of the firmament is?
They smoke weed and then they figure it out afterwards.
But I mean, I love the hypocrisy of this guy. How do they know this? But you guys just made a whole bunch of claims yourself without having to be able to back it up. So how do you guys know? We can say the same, can't we?
Of course.
I mean, just because...
All right, hold on. Who are you asking the question
to this guy on screen, this flat earth millionaire guy.
You see...
Well, no, he's repeating what he was told by the heliocentrists.
No, but I'm seeing he's actually hypocritical because he's saying, how do the globers know what's happening with the Earth's core? Which are all true. But it's being hypocritical because 5 minutes ago, he was part of the guy saying what shape the dome is, what shape the firmament is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
How?
Don't
Yeah.
Don't flat earthers kind of say the same when they're talking about how the sun sets with refraction and perspective? Isn't that kind of the same thing?
No, that's demonstrated. That's observable. What he's claiming is the firmament is a flat level, whatever it is, because he's not really making it. Whitsit says it's just
They've made a few claims.
Yeah.
They've made a few claims on firmament in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, different ones. So yeah, they made different type of claims which they cannot back, but then they're trying to say, but the globies, you guys are making claims. How do you know? So it's just, to me, that's hypocritical.
They know what the core is doing if they've only been down 8 miles. How is that possible?
First of all, how do they even know there is a core? That should be number one. How do you know there's a core? To make a claim how the core works.
No one's seen the core.
Nope.
We've only, as humans, dug...
Joe, no, I wear hats inside because of my hair. I've worn my hats a lot.
I wear my hat at all the time because of me. I can't be bothered to do it.
I wear it because my hair's receding really bad. That's the only reason.
All right.
Well, some say that wearing a cap makes you bald.
Yeah, that's what they say. But with me, it's just genetic.
Yeah. Poor diet. Poor diet can be positive too.
Yeah, I have to get a haircut.
The problem with me is I grow hair everywhere I don't want hair, and I lose it where I want to keep it.
Same here. I'll make Bigfoot jealous.
I think the baldness comes from your mother's father, not your father.
Allegedly, it does say that. They do say
But that's debunked because my mother's father had a full type of hair till he died 75 years old. Full head of hair.
I just think it can come from either side, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, like my brother, I mean, he's only 2 years younger than me. He doesn't grow a beard at all. It's like bum fluff. It takes him 4 months to grow a bum fluff beard with me. I grow this beard in like 2 days. And he's got a full head of hair and I have nothing.
Well, I've got like 3 or 4 bald mates and the dads are bald as well. So if that's all to go on.
So,
yeah, my dad wasn't bald. I'm not bald. My granddad wasn't bald on my mum's side. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I think it's just, it could be genetic, I suppose.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now we talk about hair instead of
Flatzoid.
Yeah.
Definitely grow a beard. Grow a beard.
No, my wife doesn't like it at all.
Just go on. Seriously, grow a big, fat, dirty beard.
Don't be a simp, man. Come on now.
My wife doesn't like it at all.
I wouldn't grow a beard. I've always been.
You get a lot more credibility if you grow a beard, bro. Do it.
And to tell you something, it does irritate me as well after a while. It starts getting longer. Oh, after a week, I can't stand it.
Yeah. No, he'd be called Beardzoid for about 2 weeks. Beardzoid. And then he'd shave it off.
I mean, my beard now is 3 days. I mean, this is my beard after 3 days.
Yeah. Well,
You probably have some mask issues with the beard, right? Like masking for work.
Not really. But if the beard's too long and the mask is over there, you get some beard hair that's going to probably fall on the paint. Yeah. That's not really a big issue.
Is there like a not international, but let's say like a standard of like PPE protection equipment that you have to wear if you're spraying? Otherwise, you're open to injury and things like.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you have to wear PPE protection. Yeah. Definitely.
Anyway, sorry, man. Grow a beard.
All right.
Do a beard bowl for Mrs. Flats. No.
Down. Maximum depth of 8 miles. How do they know what's 3,000 miles down? Makes no sense.
So if you look at a magnetic field on our ferrocell, you have something called the inertial plane or the block domain wall. That would be where we reside. We live within a magnetic field. And you can only go so far down before you're actually going to have the reciprocation of that energy or that magnetic field.
Hey, Mr. Obvious, thank you for coming. Yeah, I love how they love pushing the torus field into this and saying, you see, we see torus field, so it must be a magnetic plane of torus field, so therefore we have electromagnetism, static, electricity, whatever they call their dielectric acceleration nonsense.
Yeah, that thing.
I mean, this is why when I asked him last time, okay, so you ground it. What happens when you dig a hole? Why do you need to ground it? Does it become stronger the closer you get down to the core? And he didn't want to answer me about that.
That's a good question.
Because think about it. If you're now in a mine, isn't it supposed to have a stronger potential then, according to them?
Yeah, of course. That's a good question. I never thought of that. Good question.
We know the deepest hole ever dug is around 7.8 miles, which seemingly correlates to the deepest area in the ocean, of course, the Mariana Trench. So the way that I see it is you're actually living on the inertial plane within the magnetic field, which actually then begins to make all celestial phenomena fit perfect within the toroid. And of course, this entire idea that there's this magic magma core made of nickel and iron that's spinning at a different speed than the Earth spins is a complete fiction made up of seismic activity and
while you're pushing toroidal fields. Wow. Pushing Ken Wheeler nonsense. That's not a flat earther, by the way. And saying that's not rubbish, but it's rubbish to say a globe core. Makes so much sense. Not hypocritical at all.
Won't an inertial plane be moving?
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, inertial's moving.
Speculation, and actually when you look further into that, they say that that causes the magnetic field with something called convection currents. You have the geomagnetic field from the geodynamo model, and actually you would have a symmetrical magnetic field coming from the core. As it is a sphere, you would have the same magnetic field in the north and the south, but what the evidence actually shows is that it is not symmetrical at all, and in the south the magnetic field
it wouldn't be symmetrical because they have what they call a geoid.
That's true.
Shows you how this guy doesn't think it through, does he?
No.
Yeah. I agree, Jeff. Geologists are wrong.
I mean, I'm going to say something, and this is just my opinion, but I think that they make these videos to push their nonsense, and that's all it is. It's not really about getting truth out to people who've not found it yet or out like that. It's more agenda-based.
I agree.
Yeah,
No, I
definitely.
agree. I mean, how can they make the claims they're making, but breaking down the other people's claims? You know what? They're just putting claims of nonsense. They're taking nonsense, obviously, we agree. And then they're just replacing it with more nonsense.
Well, that's it. That's it.
And the catering, there is like, you know, like there's a lot of flat earthers out there who are just looking for the next load of next bullshit model to fall back into. Do you know what I mean? And they are actually catering for them people.
You're saying about replacing with nonsense. It's like he's replacing gravity with A, and he's replacing G with A. So it's exactly what he does do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pushing a globe masquerading as flat Earth, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
gets up to 30% weaker. There's something called the South Atlantic anomaly, which shows that it 100% is not some symmetrical dynamo effect causing the magnetic field. If you actually look further into the dynamo model, there's about 50 questions that have gone unanswered. They can't even get the math to work with supercomputers. It's pure speculation that they can't get to work, and it seems that actually we are just prohibited from going too far down based on pressure mediation within a magnetic field.
There was
again making a claim based on pressure mediation. Based on a magnetic field. That's his claim. That's why they can't go too far down. No, they went to place... It went so far down, it got so hot that nothing they have on Earth is able to withstand the temperatures to be able to carry on drilling. That's why. That's crazy. Oh, here's Mr. Twist the nipples. Change your frequency again. Okay.
Twist the nipples.
I thought you were going to say here's Adam Meakin. I thought Adam was coming in. So he says, here comes, and I'm like, Adam Meakin, twist the nipples.
Yeah, well, he's changing there. Didn't you see he's changing his frequency?
It's tuned in Tokyo.
Exactly, Black Circle. They talk a lot of nonsense that's not flat Earth.
A famous scientist that sent a submarine down and hit the bottom of the ocean and wasn't able to penetrate the bottom of the ocean as if there was some type of water barrier firmament.
Why is he doing quotations? I mean, yeah, saline water is still water. And the nice thing is this actually complements what the Bible says. Water's above and water's below. It's as simple as that. So yeah, if it's too dense to go through, it's because it's too dense. Don't know why it has to be in quotation marks though.
One of the strangest places on the ocean's floor was only just discovered in the 1990s. And I agree it's one of a handful of people to ever see it in person. Without a doubt, one of the most amazing things that I have ever seen in the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planet in the Gulf of Mexico. I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that?
Yeah, you first, like Neil says, first have to be part of the club to be excommunicated from the club, guys.
That's it. That's right.
And so, as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of steam over it. And then I looked, and there was water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off. And as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline.
I would like to know where they found this lake, though. Because you can't get any information on where this lake is. Or if anybody's tried to go there again, which is really odd. Because I think if you find something like this, it would be something to to study.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. It'd be studied a lot.
So yeah, I mean, if you can spend so much money on so-called space travel, why can't you spend that money to try and create something to go into this very, very dense pool underneath the water, underneath the oceans?
And most of the oceans haven't been, you know what I mean, explored a lot. You know what I mean? So why not? Exploring a place that doesn't exist. Why not explore a place that does?
Yeah. Oh, now we got a James Corbett. Weird. It's been a week since Flatzoid mentioned some comments over time. Watching this morning, noticed after Mal that my comments weren't appearing. YouTube, I guess. So maybe Melissa is just James then. Sock account. That's weird because James wasn't in earlier and now all of a sudden James is here talking about Melissa.
Okay.
That's a bit odd.
There's not we can do, so just ignore him talking about it.
I just showed everybody live my whole list of who's blocked on my channel. There's not one Melissa blocked. If you can't accept it, then that's your problem. Okay.
Is because of the firmament. It's firm.
What I believe is that this is a plane and everything vibrates. And ultimately, we have to become masters of vibration to work through the dimensions of this plane. This is the third dimensional plane. So that...
Is this guy on drugs or something? I mean...
There's had a few too many whacks to head.
Yeah, we live in a 3-dimensional reality, mate. Length, breadth, and width. And he's hitting himself like... See, this means it's 3-dimensional. No, that just means you're physical.
Well, to me, he's actually 2-dimensional from here. I don't know what he's talking about. Not demonstrating 3 dimensions to me by doing that. You know what I mean? From here, it's 2 dimensions to me.
Where did they get this guy?
They're just demonstrating he's got an arm.
Yeah. I think they got him off the Fast and Furious set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I think
physical.
Harry Gibson's actually a real Christian.
Physical. This is the physical plane. Now, if we close our eyes and we envision something, our brain doesn't know the difference between a thought and actual reality. So
what? Your brain doesn't know the difference between a thought and actuality if your eyes are closed. No, I think I can tell.
Yeah, I think he's full of cake.
Yeah.
Lamaniaca, or Skabala, as the Bible would say.
Ooh, Jonah Edwards just made an interesting, test his watch on the right hand. Well, at least he doesn't have 2 watches on, so that's a good thing.
They teach us about gravity when we're young kids, because when you're a young kid, you kind of believe everything that you hear. They tell us that gravity was discovered by a guy named Isaac Newton. And by the time he was 23, he had discovered gravity, invented calculus, and trigonometry. Well, I'm telling you right now.
What?
That's false. He didn't. This guy just said he said trigonometry. No.
Oh.
No. Trigonometry was long before that, mate. Maybe get your information right. For Hibbler Productions, don't you guys think you should have made sure the information was correct before you actually published this? Just a thought. If it's a documentary, you might want to make sure the argument, the information your guests are presenting is true. Trigonometry was long before that, mate. Remember? What?
This is my problem with it. To me, it's a mockumentary.
Yeah. Because now they're making us all look stupid. Because now that they're going to get the Globalist coming, oh, you guys are saying trigonometry came from Newton, and they're going to laugh at you. Like, no, we don't say that. That's what these guys say.
And that was the point I was making earlier, Flatzoid. If you, I'm not saying you are looking stupid. I'm just saying that's the possibility when you do that kind of stuff. That's all.
Hey, Jadu, good to see. Yeah, but that's what we're saying. That's why we call out idiots like this. Because
we're getting enough stick as it is. Like,
he does.
But I mean, Aaron, don't you think it's weird that us, if we're not for truth, why we are calling out something that's wrong? I mean, it's weird.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean
It's
to
weird
interrupt,
how
sorry.
we get Globers still trying to come and attack us just because we say other flat earthers are wrong. Instead of saying,
Look, I'll be if I'm brutally honest, which I would be, it's I guess entertaining to see some group of flat earthers attacking another group of flat earthers. It means to us that your theories or your ideas or your things about what happens or what happened or how it all works are so messed up that even between yourselves
right.
there's infighting.
Whatever you say.
Not really. That's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, because in the world of heliocentricity, you guys change it every day that the thing is going on, and there's no science involved. So we're really just applying the same method to people who are so-called flat earthers. The same thing.
You can say it's not. You can say it's not true, but I gave you my opinion. So sure, it's not true. But he asked my opinion.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I gave my opinion. And Neil, really? Do you need to? Do you have to?
Okay.
Okay. Goodbye.
Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger?
Okay.
Aaron, could you just repeat what you said? Because that was an honest admission of how you deal with that information. Will you just repeat it? Because I know people wanted to argue with it. That's how you deal with it. Will you just repeat it?
Sorry. Hey, man, I'm a little bit awestruck. How are you, dude? I haven't spoken to you before, but what I was saying was when we see people, especially the bigger groups of flat earthers, infighting, and you do get pretty dirty when you're infighting. For us, it is entertaining because we see that there is so much confusion about your individual beliefs about certain things within the world and how it works. We find it entertaining to see you guys attacking each other.
Why is that? Is that because that's one of the things you can disagree with? Do you take sides, or is it just as you listen to us argue about things that are undefined? That helps that helps you give yourself an assumption that your position, therefore, is by default more correct because flat earthers are arguing amongst themselves. Is that how you?
That's pretty much pretty close, I guess. That would be some globe.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson says something you guys don't agree with him.
Some version, but also the infighting gets pretty dirty as well. You guys might think of it as quite normal or that, but the infighting it passes over a normal line of being respectful to each other, and that's entertaining.
Okay,
but that's fair enough. I can't argue with that.
Wait,
yeah.
But in contrast, like your ballers and your anti-flat earthers, you can all say any old shit and you all just pat each other on the back and you don't question it.
Yeah.
They seem to forget the beginning on Nathan's show, what used to happen. All the porn dropping ballers used to do, all the nonsense they used to come with, that's all forgotten about, right?
Yep.
See, now we have the upper hand, and we're not going to allow anybody to come in, flat earth or not. You come in with something, you better back it up.
Well,
that's the point, Neil. So I just want to ask Aaron just that last one. So you view it like that, but what you don't view it as is that in this uncertain world, where we're trying to analyze stuff, that we're honest enough to call each other out, even to that extent, like I say, which I think in some cases isn't necessary. But do you not respect that we're prepared to not be sycophantic, not nod, but go, no, I disagree with that, and this is why? Is that because that tends to be where you hear us disagreeing? It's on point, but we would tend to support it. It's not like a common day ball earth, flat earth argument where there isn't any substance behind one side of the argument. These things tend to be put vociferously with substance, or if not, called out that there is no substance. Are you not a little envious of that?
Yeah, you see, the thing is, even the globe.
Sorry, was that?
Hold on, let Aaron.
Sorry, was that aimed at me totally? I no, I'm not envious of that, but I guess it's just a different mentality. I mean, I think we're all put together differently, and as I've only spoken on Flatzoid show once before, and haven't spoken on other shows for many years, is like I don't think there's anything that you guys could say would convince me, and nothing I say would be able to convince you. So the way I look at it is just you're a group of people that have a certain idea or a certain set of theories, and for me, I just measure them against my knowledge, and I find it quite interesting. I'm not. You guys are. If you think of Inception, you guys are much more down in different layers and different depths. And obviously, this show has a really strong biblical cosmology to it, and that's sometimes I can see how your faith towards or your intensity towards your beliefs comes from an intense belief in God as well. So. It's just not your average flat earthers. Do you understand what I mean? I just take a step back and look at it.
That's not true. Hold on.
That's not true, actually, for me either.
We never see God. That's by faith. Okay? We know what we're walking on. We know what we observe here on Earth. Yeah. We know what we can measure on Earth.
I came to flat Earth by science, not by God.
We know how celestial navigation works. And we know that we have a black swan. No, you're saying that it's our strong faith in God that has us to a biblical cosmology. I know what you said.
I didn't say that.
I said no.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
actually, didn't say that. Even if we take, I didn't say that, Neil. What I said was, sorry, you go, Flats.
I'm saying even if we base it on the globe, You guys also have disagreements. The only difference is you guys already have a pushed narrative that everybody has to agree with. We don't have a pushed narrative that we have to agree with. So we are able to call each other out on nonsense like the claims they make that are not substantiated. So we're going to be harsh on them because they're just doing the same as what you Globers are doing. Saying this is true without any substance, without having any substance to back that claim up, and we'll call them out for that. Because we get dragged into the same pool.
And if I just jump in right now, and it'll be 10 words. You say I have a strong narrative, and I'm pushed to believe that. For me, I don't care whether it doesn't bother me. I'm not driven with a conscience to find out what shape it is. So, does that make sense? I really honestly don't care. I just I like listening to you guys.
Yeah, that's
Aaron,
cool.
Can I just ask you another question? I respect your point. Probably you're not going to convince me. I'm not going to convince you. That wasn't the point of interest. If I was just to say, like, you also had an interest in, like, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, and there were two sets of Lord of the Rings protagonists, and the way they discussed things, one of them was just sycophantic, and they just went along. It didn't matter what was said, and if it contradicted what was said last week, everybody in the forum nodded along. And then in the other forum, if you did say something that was contradictory, you were held to account, and people discussed it to boredom sometimes. Which forum's got the more credibility in your mind?
I don't know about credibility. Just off the top of my head, I know which one I'd listen to. The one that got stuck into each other, because I find that entertaining. But when it comes to credibility or not, I mean, Lord of the Rings is fantastical. It's not real, and so you can pretty much read the books or add some bits in, or find a lost book that someone had never published or whatever, or you could do a whole bunch of different things and develop stories out of it. And I'm not referring to.
I agree with that. The credibility point wasn't related to the subject matter. That's why I changed it to Lord of the Rings. It was to do with the credibility of the forum and what was being discussed. Which one would have more merit?
I don't know. It's a difficult question. The credibility of the forum, I'm not sure. I guess the people that argue it out, but I guess it also goes back to that little point that I made a bit earlier. The level of infighting is more than I would have expected. I feel a lot of bitterness and a lot of toxicity and a lot of hatred between the different groups, but perhaps that's just that might be just my ears. Perhaps that's my ears.
I just got to say, there's no hatred. Unfortunately, when it comes to the truth, there's going to be a lot of stepping on people's toes, even if it's from the same side.
Have you heard me and Brian?
If I might say something really quick here, if you watch videos by Dave, Farina, and Simon and Dan, they also spew out all the crap, in their own way towards quote unquote flat earthers, but people who believe in a globe have problems with what Neil deGrasse Tyson says about that stuff is flat, or about Bill Nye saying that you can't leave your Earth, or the other guy who says scientific method. No one that I know of uses a scientific method, so we try to approach it by a science approach. We can do biblical, but our approach is scientific. The method, there's one method. It's not QE's method. It's the method.
Exactly.
It's like QE himself uses. So if you apply that method, you see through the bullshit of all the stuff going on out there in the world.
Dude, if you knew anything about me, I've been around for a very long time. You'll see that I am totally unbiased when it comes to. I will just as quickly bag a Glober for their behaviour. A flat earth.
Right on.
There's some pretty appalling. There's some pretty appalling Globers out there who are just blatantly rude.
I agree.
And they they don't deserve an audience. And there's a whole bunch of flat earthers who are incredibly rude and don't deserve an audience.
I don't know many. Actually, I don't meet many people who are rude flat earthers unless they are being rude too. I mean,
tell me, why are you going to bring up Nathan Oakley right now?
No,
why are you going to bring up Nathan right now?
No.
Well, what's your motive of bringing up Nathan
Oakley? Anyways,
can we maybe move on to the video again?
Yes.
It's getting later.
Sorry, Flats.
Personally, I don't hate anybody. You know what I mean? But
Okay, let's move on.
None of that happened.
Gravity's just a theory and an excuse.
It's not a theory.
Really. It's real simple.
Well, it's definitely not scientific theory, guys. Gravity is just colloquial mumbo jumbo belief.
It's Santa Claus for adults.
Exactly. And I know you Globers are sitting there, oh, how dare you say gravity is not scientific? I'm still waiting for hypothesis for gravity, guys. Till this
What is
day,
gravity? I don't know.
Yeah, till this day, no one has presented me with an actual scientific hypothesis for gravity. And how could you? Because you can't even observe gravity.
Exactly.
Hey,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Flatzoid, I've asked you in YouTube chats a few times why you don't think the Cavendish experiment is an experiment. You don't have to answer it now, but if you wouldn't mind emailing me why you say it isn't an experiment in detail, that would be great. You don't have to do it now, another time.
It takes 2
Just
seconds.
saying IV is not
okay.
enough.
I can do it straight away. Because it's a demonstration of talk. That's it. It's just talk. That's the demonstration. There's no IV and DV. It's a demonstration of a mechanical demonstration of showing torque vectoring. That's it. So that's why it's not scientific.
Of the actual experimental setup. Does it provide what you're trying to isolate? And it doesn't, as your critique says. No, what we actually experience 99.999% of the times is a measurement of torque. It's very rare you get anything that aligns with what you're predicting based on.
Are you talking about torque in the cable? Talking the cable?
It depends on the individual setup, but yeah, I think the majority.
Don't they wait huge amounts of time until all of that has been untorsioned or untorqued, and so they might leave it sitting for a couple of weeks until it unwinds.
There's always
this is a moot discussion, though, really, because in nature you can't observe mass in nature. Nowhere I can look and see. Oh wow, I see a rock going towards the other rock. Wow, that doesn't happen in real life.
But guys, this is when I asked them for the hypothesis. Remember, Cavendish was created just so he can work out the density of Earth.
Density, correct.
Okay, that's what Cavendish was for. So people took that and they hijacked and said, oh, you see, he by accident proved now constant. Okay, so he accidentally proved gravity.
Anyway, we should go on into the video.
I know nothing about science, but Flatzoid, I know nothing about science at all, and I don't profess to, but I might find some stuff and email it to you just with some questions so you can email it back.
Okay, sure.
Because I think it's a lot more complex than just talk, but as I said, I don't know anything.
Aaron, that was a side point. That's what I tried to say. That if we're going to go into science, first we need that phenomena. What is it?
Exactly.
How are we then going? What are we going to then do with that within the experimental setup to replicate that? So what we've just heard is the critique of the experimental setup. What we've not got to is what we're setting up scientific? Is it empirical? Is it observing? Is it isolating? It's not doing any of those things. What we're doing at best is observing phenomena in the apparatus. Okay. And we're trying to ascribe that to some presupposed theory we've already got. And this is why it's not science.
Right.
Yeah, Adam, I came on the show about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I guess just to reiterate again, I don't ever want to argue science or scientific method or any of that stuff. I have no desire to try and argue whether it is an experiment or it is an experiment, or defend that it is an experiment. No desire at all. I just had a question. For me, I'm just interested in the characters. I'm interested in how you interact with each other, what you do for a living, how you live your lives, all that kind of stuff.
Why?
So why? Because that's where my interest is.
Yeah, but what's the purpose of that? If you saw a wide, what are you hoping for? A specific demographic or a wide demographic? What would be the purpose of trying to psychoanalyze and like say, look at our demographics as flat earthers?
I don't. Okay, maybe I worded that incorrectly. I'm not studying flat earthers at all. I've been look for 45 minutes in 2016. I was a flat earther, and I've been following everyone since 2016. It's just a habitual thing that I do. I have lots of negative and bad thoughts in my head, so I use podcasts and this kind of thing to listen to drown those thoughts out.
Dude,
so
I'm not attacking
He's
you.
in pain.
No,
Neil,
Can I speak?
Just give me a sec. Just, I'm not attacking you. Just as you
No, I know you
come
were.
here and use this defense for why you're here, and I feel your pain. We guys have real interest in why gentlemen like you for so long, as you describe in 7 years, keep coming back. I say, if it was to explore any form of psychology, you've probably exhausted the subject matter. You should have come to a conclusion by now. Is there not something a little more? Are you not like? Is it not like going to gay clubs and going, "I'm not gay"?
I think, I saw Neil there last time. Hey, Adam, I guess because it changes so much. So the progress, the ups and downs, and the variability of the flat Earth scene changes so much, and the argument has changed so much. So in 2016, you were there, and we had Tony climbing cliff faces with long measuring tapes. We had Randy doing lots and lots of observations, and now we've gone.
But you can say the globe arguments have also changed drastically since start.
I want to ask Aaron a question. You asked Flatzoid about Cavendish and wanting to know why he thinks it's not scientific, and then you said to Adam that you're not interested in science and that. Like, it sounds like doublespeak to me. Doesn't sound like you're genuine.
I asked Flatzoid in a comment why he thought that the Cavendish wasn't an experiment. So by definition, or by his version, why didn't he think it was an experiment? And then the second point I made, which you misunderstood, and I'll take blame for that, was that I'm not interested in arguing science. I'm not interested in arguing it can't be perspective or it can't be refraction or, all of that stuff, because I don't know anything about it, and I have no interest in learning about it. I just had an off-the-topic comment about experiment. Why?
Aaron, just one question on that statement. Then, if you're not interested in science as your kind of way of evaluating things, what is your predeterminate for why you still think it's a ball if you don't use science?
Well, I live in Australia, obviously. I live in Australia, and when I have seen a sunrise, which happens over our coast, over our beaches, it's pretty obvious to me that it is a ball going over the horizon. It is a huge big ball, and the sun is going down over the horizon, not away.
And what's the horizon?
Look, I don't want to get into it. That's not why I'm here, Adam.
That's not
I don't want to get into it.
When you look at the horizon, what do you visualize the horizon is as you see the sun go down below it?
Going
Adam,
down.
I won't be pushed into it because it's not well.
It'll kill you.
Okay, what's going down?
I'll stop and take that as a conceding. Respect.
Okay, guys. Yeah, but
that's not a conceding.
You know what I think we'll have in the week? Maybe we'll have like a discussion evening. We can have some ballers come on. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Would that be nice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to have a chat maybe on some of the things, how you guys see it and we see it. Because, I mean, it is taking the time
I'd
now
love
for
to.
this.
I'll come back for sure. But as long as you guys respect my position, I'm trying to be really clear.
All right.
You won't change my mind, and I won't change your mind, and that's not why I'm here. I just like listening to what you guys talk about.
No,
nobody's trying to change your mind.
Yeah, but let me put it this way. I will change my mind if I get globe evidence. If it was proven to be a globe, I would definitely not be a flat earther.
Here's a question for the panel.
I'm not biased.
Do you think that
towards it?
Do you think, and this might stir you up, and it's not supposed to, but do you think that genetically some people are torn to do you think that it's like the God spot? Remember when they were talking about the G spot, the God spot, and some people had the ability to have more faith in a being than other people. So it came down to genetics.
It takes faith to know the globe, though. So I mean, it's kind of, I don't know what you're trying to say.
I know, because you cut me off. What I'm trying to say is, do you believe that flat earthers are more skeptical genetically than globers or vice versa? Is there something about globers that they don't want to search? Is that on a genetic level, or is it, or like, that's the question?
Okay, no, it's definitely not genetic. But remember, we were all globers before as well. Everybody gets brought up with the same indoctrination to just take what's believed. There's nothing got to do with the genetics. It gets to, are you honest with yourself when you get presented with the evidence or not? That's all.
So can we get back to the show? Like,
yeah,
people are like complaining. Or something.
Yeah, let's do this, guys.
If there's a force strong enough to hold oceans to the planet, there's a force. We should all be stuck to the ground. You know, the force can hold buildings, skyscrapers, tanks, ships to it, but it can't hold a helium balloon. Helium balloon just flies away. Smoke just flies. Everything should be stuck to the ground like a magnet. If there's a force holding oceans to it, it doesn't make.
That's also one thing I want to say, guys. Think about it. Let's say you are in a swimming pool and you let out all your breath. You sink, correct?
Yeah.
You're less denser than you were. Now you let air into your lungs. Now you float. You've put more mass into your system, so therefore you're heavier. So you're putting more weight onto yourself, and you're going up.
More buoyant.
Yeah. That's why when they take buoyancy based on Archimedes' principle, which has got nothing to do with gravity, by the way, guys. It's just the displacement of your weight in the surrounding medium. But they had to push gravity into it because they need something to explain why you are having a push and pull effect. That's it. But no, Archimedes' principle does not need gravity. It's never needed it. They just stuck it in there. Buoyancy actually debunks gravity, guys.
Yeah.
That's why they had to hijack it.
That reminds me of holidays with my kids when they were young, you know, sucking in a lungful of air and then holding it and showing them that you could float better than they could and explaining to them why. And all I'd say is that's the level I taught my kids that function at in terms of what's going on.
But think about
it's
it.
sad that we have to reiterate this point to adults.
It's crazy. But I think about it. I mean, the whole globe premise is the more weight you have, because more mass, therefore you're getting pulled down more, according to Newtonian gravity, by the way, by a force. But the opposite happens with buoyancy. I mean, I'm putting more mass into me when I'm sucking air in, so I'm putting more weight, and therefore I'm going up. Makes so much sense.
Make any sense.
Once you look at gravity and you try to prove that it's real, you'll discover there's no proof of it, and that there is only proof of density, buoyancy, and electrostatics.
Electrostatics is a proven thing. We all know.
Can we stop this right now? Can we stop this? I was literally about to say that's the first point. I really agree, and then they threw in and electrostatics.
Exactly.
But David, Adam, did you not remember me? Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know.
But what's more concerning, David Weiser says it's proven. Let's just listen again. Listen to this.
Proof of it, and that there is only proof of density, buoyancy, and electrostatics.
Electrostatics is a proven thing.
Flatzoid. Do you think? And remember, I am the emissary. This is one of the words I've been in chat with Witsit this week. It's still another word I'm waiting to have defined by these guys that claim, because I don't dispute the term electrostatics. The issue I have is how they seem to be applying it. So maybe there will come a definition, because maybe I have to recant what I just said. Electrostatics is a thing. It's
look,
I'm waiting for them to describe it, how it's important to this.
Yeah, look, there's definitely a thing as electrostatics. I mean, we use it every day. Mechanically use electrostatics, but the way they are trying to redefine electrostatics is what these guys are actually pushing. Now, people hear, oh, electrostatics, yeah, it's proven, so therefore, oh, yeah. But they don't understand. These guys are trying to redefine what electrostatics is.
Without defining it. And that's been the frustrating thing for the last year.
Yep, because they can't tell us. They keep changing everything. Every time they get shown false on how they're defining it, then they just rechange it again. And that's why people are getting so confused. That's why I said earlier, when I had Witsit on last time talking about diamagnetism, because that's the last I heard of him when he was talking about electrostatics, was because of it's diamagnetic. And then all of a sudden, no, that's not what we're saying. But that was exactly a whole presentation he gave on it. And because it got debunked, he had to change it to something else. And they keep changing it because it gets shown wrong. They keep redefining everything. And without actually defining it, exactly. I mean, when he was on last time, he just said, yeah, it's just, it's the magnetic force, the static force that's holding everything together to give it density. And because of that, that gives it its direction. Nonsense. They don't want to appeal to the atomic model, but that's exactly what they do. They explain it with the atomic model, but say they don't appeal to the atomic model. Doesn't make sense.
We all know that a positive and a negative will attract towards each other. So the Earth has a neutral or negative charge. Everything above it has a positive charge, and it is attracted to it.
Everything that exists is electric. There's not one thing that exists in the entire world that is not electric. It's actually the unifying force that keeps everything here, holds everything together, and everything seeks equilibrium based on that. So everything's trying to find a state of rest based on its electric phenomena or its electric nature within the environment that we exist within. And then when you start to look further into it, you find out that on the smallest scale, electrostatics is significantly stronger than gravity is even claimed to be. Magnitudes greater, 10 to the 30.
See, this is exactly what I'm saying.
Now they got to put us on a ball, right? Now is the reason why we're stuck here.
Yeah, that's the saying. So now we need something to hold us to the ground. Just like the Globalist.
We've just used the term electrostatics. In what sense? And to me, that needs qualifying what's just been said. This is the point. We use this thing with the authority of science as if it then means it validates what you're about to say next. And I have so many questions with that statement. Intramolecular, where are you even talking the electrostatics of this? Because even that has not been clarified yet. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, but I mean, like even when I asked him last, so you're claiming we live between Gaussian plates? He says, no, that's not what I'm claiming. I say, but that's exactly what you guys are claiming, because when you try and demonstrate this, you use Gaussian plates. So,
and I was going to give you a spoiler alert again, but I won't.
36 power to be specific.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, to me, they're giving a reason other than what they're giving us. The reason we're on Earth is it's because of gravity. So now you're just giving the ball as an in.
Yeah, they're just replacing gravity.
Exactly.
Specific. So everything, simply put, everything that exists is electric. Everything that is falling to the ground or not falling to the ground is seeking equilibrium based on electrostatics. We can actually test this. We can use something called a corona motor, and whenever we manipulate electrostatics, we can make things levitate. We can make things go up or down, and we can actually change how fast they go down. We can also manipulate the weight of an object simply by manipulating electrostatics. And of course, that's how science actually works, is you do an experiment that shows you what the cause of the effect is, and you can manipulate electrostatics and cause the effect of downward acceleration.
Yeah, but I mean,
I thought science doesn't prove things.
Yeah, but I mean, take a balloon and rub it against your head. You created static electricity, okay? It attracts. That's exactly what he did. You understand? So they created a phenomena to make it go down. You didn't need to do that if it was true. You wouldn't need to create it. You would need, if he did that, if let's say if he wants to manipulate it, he would have to manipulate it to go the other way.
That means you're the cause of it.
But what's
So
the
if
first
I
step in a
induce a
scientific
charge
method?
on a surface, Flatzoid,
yeah,
an electrostatic charge on a surface, what's that got to do with the electrostatics of a molecule?
Exactly. Doesn't.
Neil, what was that again?
No, I was just asking Adam what the first step in a scientific method is.
Observe a natural
Observe.
phenomena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not conjure one up, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
What? Not strap an electric cable
Yeah.
to a helium balloon and plug it into the mains.
Why not? Why not?
That's crazy. But like I said, he just created a static charge. Everybody played with balloons when they were younger. You rub it against your head and it sticks to you.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what they
That's
did.
fun.
It's not...
So, Flatzoid, another question. If I plug strapping a cable to a balloon, plug it in, and switch the power on, the electric current on, what electrostatics am I affecting? Because I'm yet to know whether it's anything to do with the electrostatics of the molecule, the surface, or just electron flow, which is something that is denied to exist, electrons.
But that's
These are
the
questions that these guys refuse to answer over the year, and I'll try not to keep repeating myself, but this is why this is embarrassing, guys, because this has got nothing to do with flat Earth. This has got to do with people's personal religious beliefs that they can't substantiate, and that's kind of contradicted with the science we do know about reality. And they're out there now conflating this with, like I said, there was 2 points he made, and then the third one, and electro, and that's the shame of this, that now they can't speak for us. They could have put in the first part a bad presentation together that we said was a little bit conspiracy, and I wouldn't have disagreed with it, and I didn't. I supported them. But now I've got to say, no, you're not speaking for me, and I've got to oppose you in what you're saying, because you're not. Just as we criticize the ballers for not being able to substantiate their argument, you are guilty of the same charge, guys.
Yep. But like I said, they appeal to the same model that they claim isn't true. They claim not to use the electrons, atomic models and stuff, but that's exactly what they claim to use. How can you say that's not what you want? You don't claim it, but you use it for your demonstration.
And then this is why I said earlier that it's claiming to be a documentary to get true fact to people, but really it's a documentary pushing an agenda.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. That's right. I agree with that.
Commonly referred to as gravity. Of course, I've never seen a test that manipulates space-time, and you will never see.
See, he's just conceded now, guys. He's replacing gravity. That's his concession. Just listen. He's conceding. He's replacing gravity.
And you can manipulate electrostatics and cause the effect of downward acceleration, commonly referred to as gravity. Of course, I've never seen a test that manipulates space-time, and you will never see that. It doesn't exist. Everyone thinks that the reason things fall is because of gravity, but actually everything that exists is electrostatic. So whenever things go to the ground, they're seeking equilibrium, so they go find their balance on the ground.
Hold on. Helium balloon.
Exactly. There's no bias down. I don't know how much times we have to say this to the guy. There's no bias down. What about steam? What about clouds? What about helium? Like you said, what about hydrogen? Come on.
They're about to show, I think, the greatest debunk of their theory. They mentioned Gaussian plates earlier, and I'm suggesting that the realm we live in is the sandwich between two Gaussian plates, which creates the causation for the orientation of relative density disequilibrium to play out. That's what they're criticizing. They don't deny that, but they're saying
nice rhyme.
Causation. It's beautiful, isn't it? So that's what they're suggesting here. Now, what they're going to use is a particle accelerator, a Van de Graaff generator, which last time I checked uses electrons, and they're going to reverse the polarity. Now, if that was the case within that field, you would expect down to come up and up to come down. What happens is they'll levitate stuff with firing lots of particles at it. Now, I'm sure if I had 1 million people firing paintballs at you, I could keep you off the ground a bit, Flatzoid.
Yep.
Have I reversed the polarity of the orientation of relative density disequilibrium to play out? No. So that's the fundamental of the claim of what we're about to be showing.
Yeah, but think about it. Even like a helium balloon, are they reversing the polarity of the helium balloon when it goes up? No. There's no polarity change at all, but yet it goes in the opposite direction. Because it's not electrostatics that causes the vector, which these guys claim.
No, they're claiming the old two Gaussian plates defines the up and down direction, i.e. the causation of orientation. That's what they're claiming.
Yep.
Right. And what they're going to show here to demonstrate that is fire the field the other way, so that you can see this, whatever object it is, lift up. And that will show you that by orientating the field in the other way and firing small particles at it, it levitates. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's not a demonstration of their claim. Nope. To repolarize or reverse the polarity of orientation, that thing should just instantly stick to the top plate. Because you've reorientated the distribution of orientation of stop saying it. You get my point. That's not what the demonstration shows. It doesn't support their claim.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I asked him, do you claim we live between two Gaussian plates? And he says, no, that's not what he claims. But yet that's what they demonstrate to us.
Their charge disperses or spreads out in through the ground. So we have positive charge in the air, we have negative charge on the surface of the earth or on the ground, which is why it's called grounding, and then we introduced positive charge and then it went back down to the ground to seek equilibrium. This shows that that's actually what objects do when they fall to the ground. They go to the ground because of the electric forces and they seek equilibrium on the earth.
We knew about it as
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Jonah Edwards. Thank you for coming, mate. Yeah, Rachie, good to see you. And Jamie C, hello.
In the
and
1950s,
YouTube.
even earlier, and it's all been hidden because if humans were allowed free energy, free movement, and able to explore, we would find out what this place is. We'd find out our position in this world. And that's the number one thing. Why are they hiding flat Earth? Why? What's the motive? And the motive is to keep us dumbed down, not knowing who we are, not knowing where we are, not knowing the true power that we have, and not having true freedom.
Okay, I also got to say speculation.
Yeah. They don't hide it. And they actually just they actually make fun of it.
And I would say it's to hate God, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, also he makes a claim why they're doing it. Yeah, it could be one of the claims, but don't say that is the reason. Say it could be one of the reasons. Because no one actually knows. No one cares. No one knows the intent.
But what did he mean when he says it hides their power, his power? Like,
yeah,
what does he mean?
Yeah, I don't know what power he's talking about.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the master plan in all of this is to fake an alien invasion.
I think one of the biggest upsets with globe believers when they hear flat Earth is we're taking away their Star Wars. We're taking away their aliens.
Hey, I still enjoy Star Wars. I still enjoy a lot of sci-fi stuff. I just understand it's fake. But even when I was a globe, I still understood Star Wars was fake, by the way.
All of it was fake. The whole lot.
Yeah, everything. Even the lightsaber, mate. Even the lightsaber.
Oh, no way, man. I thought some of it was really fake.
Okay, but
bikini, was that fake?
However, you're all correct, but there are people out there who aren't like you, who do think someday we can go to the stars on a ship, and someday I can transport my molecules from one point to another point in time, and I can go back in time and do a slingshot around the sun and save the whales and all that stuff. So
exactly, it's crazy.
We know aliens, extraterrestrials, have been documented since all recorded history.
I've actually personally seen UFOs multiple times.
No doubt. No doubt.
What? Oh, yeah, but I wonder what drug he was using, but okay.
From like the age 18 up, probably 7 different times I've seen UFOs. I know it's a very real phenomenon.
What about the secret space program? I call it...
Ryan Reynolds is an awesome actor, by the way. Helps he's got the same... I mean, he's my cousin. Come on.
The secret propulsion program. They're using electrostatics and other technology to maneuver around. Maybe they even...
How do you know? How does he know?
Exactly.
He just...
Speculation.
Yeah. Yeah, he just claimed the UFOs they see use electrostatics with propulsion to move around.
So we can't at this point then be talking about intermolecular electrostatics, which is how it's often conflated too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that they're even nut and bolt crafts?
Yeah.
So are we talking about the distribution of charge on a molecule, or
it keeps
are we
changing?
talking about the accumulation of charge on a surface?
Accumulation. Now it's accumulation. I mean, if he's claiming a craft to be flying with it, then it's the accumulation of charge. So in other words, they're saying if they had to fly past you, you get zapped by static electricity, guys. Because it's going to be charged up so much. If you get close enough, zip. It's crazy. Wow.
Hey, Flatzoid,
yeah.
Just so you know, Neil has banned me from commenting because I said he had an anger issue. So if that's what you want to do, that's cool. I'll leave.
Sorry?
I'll let you go.
Banned where?
From commenting in the room.
In this room?
Neil hasn't banned you.
No one can ban you from commenting in Element, mate. And you
Well, why can't I comment? Why can't I comment?
Wait, I don't understand. Element or YouTube?
Element.
No, they can't ban you on Element, mate. He's not a moderator.
I'll take a screenshot and email it to you.
Okay, because he's not a moderator there, so he can't ban you. Okay, anyway, back to this movie, guys.
How can you be in VC if you're banned?
Yeah.
I can read all your comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, in Element.
Okay, let's go.
Is that you, Melissa?
The last thing you've put is, Neil, you have anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it. So I don't know if there's something at your end, but as far as I can see, you're not been affected.
Well, hold on. Neil's angry because he once was fooled by people who told me lived on a globe.
Neil's
That's
angry
why,
about loads of things, but you can be seen in Element. Is that all
that's
right?
normal.
Okay, guys, we're going to carry on with the stream.
Yeah. Go on.
I think he's just coming in
Please.
every time to try and hijack the show. Exactly, Richard.
Just pulling energy out of the air.
We can go back to, I think it was Reagan in his famous United Nations speech, talking about the world coming together, facing a universal threat.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly Our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Yeah, Project Bluebeam.
Yep.
Ring any bell? Agenda 2030, ring a bell? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's like
You
old
know-
stuff. Yeah.
You know what? I remember that. I remember that at the time. And when I was a Star Wars fan and when I was a kid, because this is like, you know, I wouldn't have been that old, like 12, 13 or something. And that was inspirational because you looked at the filth in the world, even as a kid. And there's a guy saying, space. It's a very clever thing, you see. He's saying to young kids, there's space, and that's the way you can, that if we all believe in space, we'll unite together. We won't be opposed. We'll realize we're just one small thing. So space.
It was
is
cool.
great. But it was a way to, kind of mug you off with the world is shit. But if we all believed in space fundamentally, and the mind of a kid, then it could be better. Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, under Reagan, we had a Star Wars program that supposedly would shoot use satellites to shoot missiles out of the sky, and that was all
missiles.
BS.
Not just
Russian
missiles.
Oh, sorry, Russian missiles.
Yeah.
Not Irish missiles.
No, because that didn't happen in war games, did it? You weren't playing that game against the Irish.
Right, that's true.
They knew back then that that's the best way, the most powerful way to get everyone to unite into a one world government.
If suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside in the universe, we'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are.
Can I pause once more?
Human.
Yeah.
Tribute to Nathan. This is what Nathan would call the death cell. Yeah?
Huh.
The point where if we were, and therefore we have to unite. That is the death cell on there.
Mm-hmm.
So you get what you want, but it requires aliens to invade. It's really clever psychology, this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they first put you into that paradigm, and then they paint the fantasy for you through that paradigm.
Yeah, especially kids who are 12, 13 and have just been exposed to Star Wars, in the early 80s, which is where this is, isn't it? So it's really clever rhetoric in terms of giving a death cell to people.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, what are you selling? You're selling the heliocentric paradigm.
Yeah, exactly.
Beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us, we can bring about that realization.
We did secure some footage of the flying disc in the hangar. The code name for the project is Equipe, and it has been designed for humans to fly. We asked the scientist in charge of the...
No, hey, they're going to design it for dogs to fly.
Does that look like it'd fly?
Sorry?
Does that look like it'd fly?
It looks like it should go underwater.
It does look like a submarine kind of thing.
Yeah, it does,
But it's designed for humans to fly, yeah. What else is going to fly it?
Dogs.
Monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
project what propulsion
Space
system the
monkeys.
craft uses, but he would not divulge what he called classified information.
As to how much of it is man-made.
Sorry?
It does look like Thunderbirds too. It does. Wow. It does look like Thunderbirds too.
Or something that maybe you wouldn't understand. That's a great question. Who knows? But I think that they've simply reverse engineered ancient technology and then hid it from the masses so that we don't know what it is. And you
Reversed ancient technology.
Who
Now
knows?
I get it. Now I know why they could go to the moon 50 years ago and not today. We're not reversing the
Aliens.
ancient technology, guys.
We'll get to it. Come on, Mal. Help them out.
Again, why are you guys talking about this nonsense? Just say, yeah, it's fake. Say, we can't go to space because it violates the second law of thermodynamics.
They're pushing this nonsense because they've got another agenda what they push, which they'll get to.
Electrostatics, exactly. They're saying
Wait,
this
hold
can
on,
fly
hold on.
because of electrostatics.
Is Witzes saying he thinks aliens technology, or he just saying what they're saying?
He's pushing aliens and saying it's not aliens, it's just the government using electrostatics based on old technology that they're back in.
So he's not saying aliens are responsible. He's just saying that's this excuse people throw around, right? But he's not saying himself that aliens are the cause or that they exist somewhere and they're being the reason they're technology for other means, right? He's not saying that, is he?
It's just they saying that the technology is from the outer spaces in the outer lands. That's what they're trying to say.
Got it. Okay.
Remember in the beginning
Who
of
knows?
the first part
Speculation.
1? Remember the beginning of part 1?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're trying to say it's just aliens exist, but not from space. They exist from outer lands. So in other words, this is literally they're actually globers, guys.
Yeah.
They are actually globers. Hey, Skeptic, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Hey, Travis, Whitson is right.
You can look back at
Well,
the
he can't.
Germans and
Either
they
way, he
say-
can't claim that. I mean, he can't for sure say this is what's going on. It's all speculation.
They explain that we're using electrogravitic propulsion, and so with electrogravitic propulsion you could attain perpetual flight, you could quote unquote defy physics, you could attain all kinds of changes in
Why does that look like stop motion footage, Whitson?
Yeah, it's cool.
That's not real, that's stock motion. Look at this.
Angular momentum on a dime.
Man-made technology.
That's stock motion. What the
That's
hell?
terrible. Yeah,
See-
it's terrible.
Well, that's Hibbler, not him doing
That's like Jason and the Argonauts, man.
Yeah. Oof.
That we don't understand yet. I don't know. Maybe there's other humanoids or aliens, whatever you want to call them, like that way, and that way.
See what I'm saying?
But up there, I don't believe it.
That's also one thing I want to say. You say it can't be up there, but it can be around us. So just say, okay, globers, say aliens can come from up there, space, in other words. But that's wrong. But you have the same right to say aliens come from that way, but not up there. You guys are just globers portraying with a flat plane.
Just sideways globers, that's all
Yeah. They're sideways globers, exactly. They push gravity with another name. And they push aliens saying it just doesn't come from up, it comes from the side.
Yeah.
Really weird.
UFOs are real. You guys are just confused where they come from. They don't come from some far off planet trillions of light years away. They come from the outer lands and possibly under the ocean. I personally believe that the government is so evil that they're devising.
And this is what I want to ask. These guys were claiming Bible in the beginning. Remember in this first stream, yeah? In the beginning of the stream. Tell me in the Bible where it talks about these people you're talking about.
Exactly.
Doesn't mention Aquaman.
No, definitely not.
They might have called him Arthur.
I mean, if those guys are like pushing Bible cosmology, okay, obviously not because they're pushing 9 heavens. Yeah.
Just listening to that, you see, if UFOs, then other aliens. Aliens could mean other planets. No, it can't because we are flat earthers. But it could mean other realms. Why? Why can't it just mean advanced military technology? Why does it have to mean? There's absolutely no. If this is the logical framework that they've adopted for assessing things and rejected science for, you can see how you can come to these sorts of conclusions.
Exactly. No, I agree. I mean, even when I was a Glober, guys, I knew the government has technology that they withheld old people. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Okay? But now these guys are literally saying, oh no, the reason the government has this technology is because of aliens from outside our lands. not from space, but from outside our lands. That's what they're saying. So they're literally just pushing globe. They just changed the location of space, in other words.
Any type of plan that they can to manipulate people into one world government. They call it the New World Order. One way that they could manipulate people is by destroying cities with missiles and lasers and all sorts of destructive bombs, and then they could blame it on aliens. They could say that aliens are coming when really it's our own government.
Now man has reverse engineered that, so we do have them here now. We know our government has this technology.
If they fake an alien invasion, they get the New World Order, which
Right,
they want.
what was it?
They thought.
PJ?
Yo.
You know what the question is?
What? What's the question? Sorry, what's the question?
I'm not repeating. You can look at the screen.
Yes.
This is why I joined.
I'm looking at the screen.
This came on screen, and this is what you mentioned. This is why I joined earlier. I was about to rib you.
Oh, you mean the Fast and Furious dude, Terry Gibson?
I mean, I'll take the compliment, but I don't get the link.
You don't get the link.
Are you gaining wisdom? Thank you for coming, mates. And Shifty Eye Shady, good to see you.
COVID lockdowns were bad. We found out that they pretty much lied to us about everything to push an agenda of more total control. We're closer than we've ever been to World War III, all of this other stuff.
Maybe read your Bible and understand why. It's not aliens, mate.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Wow.
And now the only way for them to truly, in my mind, get what they want or supersede the timeline, speed up the timeline, is the fake and alien invasion. The moment
Supersede the timeline.
What?
It's like he's think they got a set time for this then. Okay.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, into the break. Wow.
when they do that, everybody panics. The government has to step in as a one world government. All governments come together to fight an outer worldly threat. And then we're all in lockdown like you wouldn't believe, because we got to be aware of the alien viruses. I mean, we're already scared of the human viruses.
This guy loves his...
We already all been locked down under a one world government already.
Yeah.
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 I mean, has this guy ever heard of the Black Pope before?
I'm confused as to what the fear cell on the art of Hebler is here. Are we being told that the government is either trying to deceive us, or there's a chance that it is a real alien invasion, but they're not from other planets in italics, but from other realms? And that's what we should. I'm not sure as to the point now what's being made.
But I mean, they're saying we got alien technology from beings from outside. So in other words, they're saying aliens do exist, quote unquote.
Exactly.
Not from
That's what I'm
space.
asking.
And then saying it will be the government being the ones attacking. Then what the hell did they get the technology from?
Yeah.
That's the sideways globers. That's what you alluded to. That's what I'm saying. Are we saying that there are aliens and we're an imminent threat? Or are we saying, and they're sideways aliens, not up down aliens? Or are we saying that it's all a government scam? I'm confused as to what I should be scared of.
Both,
right now.
everything. Yes,
Guys,
yes, everything.
The guys are commenting on this shirt. Guys, you don't understand. The shirt is used so he can fish after the interview, guys. Okay, it's his net.
Okay.
That's partly why I got semi-offended. That bloody vest.
Crazy.
He fishes up the way that.
Yeah, guys, the one world government is just based on a great deception. But yeah, the way he keeps quoting with his things like
already here.
But yeah,
Can anybody prove that we're not already under a one world government?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's all just a scripted arena, guys.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
Now we got to be scared of the alien viruses, and we're so that's, I think, the end game, and it's pretty easy to see that that's what they're gearing up for. That's why they're telling us there's a mothership in our... No, shut the like, we've had this technology for years.
They've taken our focus and put it up there and not to the outer lands or the extraterrestrial.
Yeah. Sideways Globers. I think from now on we should call them Sideways Globers, guys.
Oh my gosh.
So first they hijack gravity and call it electrostatics, and now they hijack aliens from space and call them aliens from outer lands.
Aliens. Like that meme from the remember that meme from that guy with the crazy hair? He says aliens.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say before Adam started talking, because I lost my train of thought. It reminds me of, like Discovery Channel, Ancient Aliens. This is what the show is starting to resemble.
That's the one.
This is what the show starts to resemble at the end, yeah. Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the crazy hairstyle.
Yeah.
This might as well go on Discovery, guys, as Ancient Aliens, because it's as far-fetched as that.
Area. When someone says extraterrestrial, what does that mean? It means extra terrain. So it's a lot more prevalent that the world is bigger than we know, in my opinion, than these beings are traveling millions of miles or light years away to come here. I believe they won't let us go past Antarctica. So if they won't let us go past Antarctica, my favorite show in the world is Attack on Titan. I believe they're telling us things through shows.
Attack on Titan. Okay. Now that's why you think we can't go past Antarctica. Wow.
Not a treaty, maybe?
Attack on Titan, they built the walls to protect them from the demons, the giant demons coming in to devour everybody, the meat, because they were like...
yeah, but I'm a Game of Thrones man, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the ice wall is going to fall.
Well, at least there they could climb over the ice wall.
We'll get squished out the side then, won't we? We'll just be in an abyss of nothingness or something.
Wow.
There's a point to this. You can look at that because, in part of whoever it is religion, that there is a level of dissemination required from them. But it's not something that I would put in a revelation about flat Earth. It's really deep into conspiracy now, because, like I said, you're looking at hidden messages in movies, and Stanley Kubrick did this, and you're at that level, aren't you?
This is like conspiracy level kind of thing now that they're saying. You see, you guys all just conspiracy theorists. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Where they trying to, let's say you've climbed into the rabbit hole and now you've just dug it deeper, kind of thing.
That being one of them, that there is potential for other land outside of what we know. If there's more land out there, then why are we paying $1,500 a month to live? Or California, people are paying $3,000 to $4,000 a month in rent to live. Why would we have to do that?
That's great logic.
But what's that got to do with aliens?
More land out there. Why am I paying rent? Fucking move there, you. And then you probably won't have to pay rent. I don't know what that proves.
Aliens are blamed for that.
So
go to your landlord and go, I'd like a reduction in my rent. Why? Because there's more lands out there.
Wow.
That's funny.
I think I'm going to go look for this guy's channel. He's probably got some funny stuff. I think I'm going to look for this guy.
If all of our world could fit into Texas, and then there was more land other places, like, obviously it makes more sense.
You can still have that concept, that idea, that belief, whatever you want to call it. You can still have that on flat Earth. You're not trapped in a snow globe.
I honestly do believe that the government is hiding more land.
There could be thousands of continents.
you're not trapped in a snow globe. You can still have that belief. What are we selling here? What are we telling people? Why would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
That's quite an indictment, that statement.
Yep.
Yes.
YouTube, no, you don't. Yeah, it's quite a statement. But like I'm saying, they contradict themselves. Because he's even contradicting himself, though, because he said we have a level water on top by a firmament. Did he also say firmament? Now he says there's no snow globe or whatever, is like he's putting it. Dave Weiss depicts it as a snow globe always when he shows people depictions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you had, what's the name, Santos showing 7 heavens with a snow globe. Or 9 heavens. 9 heavens, sorry, as he said it.
9 heavens.
Yeah, as a snow globe. So.
22.
So, yeah.
Hut.
There's definitely more than 7. I'll bet my life on it.
What?
Relax.
Yeah, it's just another claim. Don't worry. You know, another substantial claim they can't back up.
More than what?
7 lands. He says there's more than 7 lands out there. I want to know where.
How do you go from not knowing about 1 to knowing that there's definitely more than 7?
But that's what I want to know. Look at this map quickly, guys. I'm going to quickly just move
This is
zoom out
only a visual concept, although this is scientifically possible.
Well, stop. Right. 2 things.
We could live in a giant golf ball then.
Draco. Who's Draco? Alderaan.
Anunnaki
Star Wars?
lands.
Star Wars?
Aldebaran.
Oh, no, it's Aldebaran. Okay, sorry. Wrong thing.
Lands of Saturn. Lands of Draco.
Can you remember about 15 minutes ago when they were claiming that like nobody's drilled far enough down to
Exactly.
know?
Exactly.
And now they're claiming that they know all this.
Exactly. But I want to know
Nobody's
what...
even seen an ice wall.
Exactly. And now they're drawing all this. So did someone visit the Anunnaki lands now? Or the lands?
Well, hold on. The ice
Neptune?
wall is documented, though. I mean, people do have a video of it showing the ice wall, but who knows if it goes all the way around the whole
that's a different
thing.
thing.
You know?
Yeah.
Video, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
It's
mean...
like, look, from it.
Yeah, but no one's gone beyond it to make the claim now.
Neptune.
Lands of Neptune...
Cognita?
Celestial lands, Terra Ignal. Who made this rubbish?
I don't know.
I'd only have asked one question. I'd have to ask, did you just make that up?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's got to be made up, surely.
But didn't you guys hear the... let's go back. The woman just said it can be scientifically validated. Listen. She says it's scientifically validated. It can be.
That was the second point. How do you scientifically validate a map that you've made up?
That's interesting.
Wow.
Huh.
And I mean, look at these lands. Look at this one land is like the whole size of the whole Earth as we know it. Look at that.
Pleiades over
Mermaids land.
Pleiades? Where?
There.
Oh my.
Pleiades.
So Pleiades is heavy in the other world of heliocentricity. There's a group of people who believe in aliens from Pleiades.
Now look at 10 o'clock if you want to get satanic.
Osiris.
Yeah.
Osiris. Wow.
Lands of Orion.
Wow.
Shangri-La.
Orion and Pleiades is mentioned in Scripture, but I'm pretty sure it's talking about lights in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So interesting.
Travis Fritz says they are not claiming anything. Flatzoid, you're better than that. This is claim. It shows on screen what they're claiming. The guy just made a specific statement. He can vouch there's more than 7 lands. Definitely. He's sure about that. That's a claim.
They are claiming. Yeah,
definitely. That's a claim. And the woman author that's that's speaking, she's saying it can be scientifically validated. Those are claims.
Is that Atlantis up north about 1 o'clock?
It says Atlantis, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Man, I used to love that back when I was in the full ball, evolution, all that stuff, space. I was always in Atlantis. Like, where's Atlantis at? Where's it at?
So
where's it at? I found it.
So Atlantis sunk and travelled underneath ice wall and popped up somewhere else.
I guess so.
And we're now known as the known land.
Well, that's a question. Could you just go to the zoomed out map?
Yeah, because
I've got a question of logic.
Yeah, because I also just want to listen to what she says again quickly.
Relax. This is only a visual concept.
Only a visual concept, okay? But listen what
there
she
you
says
go.
next.
Okay.
Though this
Thanks.
is scientifically possible.
They have advanced air.
Oh, though it's scientifically possible. Okay.
So hold on. There's I seen a video of someone showing a map that was supposedly from Japan 10,000 years ago, and it showed a different lands, but they didn't do it like this detail. It was just showed different lands beyond the wall, beyond the circle.
Kobayashi map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Trevor says it's a belief, not a. Trevor says it's a. Sorry, Trevor says it's a belief, not a claim. No, it's definitely a claim, mate. This is what
Travis,
they're
I
claiming.
mean, a plain truth, Travis, or different Travis?
Travis Fritz. It's a different Travis.
Oh, got it. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, no, they're definitely making a claim here. They believe this, but they're making a claim based on their belief because they're saying there's outer lands.
Do you believe life after love? Meow, 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 meow. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, look how large our land is in Earth, okay? And then they have these other things that make us look like puny little ants or something.
Yeah.
It looks like lazy photoshopping to me.
NASA is proud of this.
The question of logic. If you're going to go to all of the effort to label things, why would you label one of them as land unknown? Which is the only thing you often see on maps. Terra incognita. You're going to make stuff up, but you're going to we don't know what's there. You don't know what's anywhere. Why would you label that bit the only truthful answer?
But why they're saying abyssal ocean is on the left? Because let's say you push in the Bible, the abyssal oceans are underneath, not on the left or the right of us.
Abyssal plane. But then you got if you look at the central thing, you've got that kind of Martin did it early on in 2015. This kind of Vedic astrology where Saturn and Mars become moons and suns, and they circle these outer circles. You can, but then you got, like I say, it just looks totally made up. Look, Land of
Box Saga.
Does that say Alderaan like in Star Wars? Or
I thought it did. Yeah, I thought it did too.
Aldebaran. I should say, Faciality, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. God sits above the circle of the earth, not circles. Exactly. Yeah. He sits above the circle of the earth. I don't know where they come with this nonsense.
That's the only thing I'd say on this. Can anybody define that circle to me? Because I don't stick it around the known geography we've got and say that that's God's circle, because I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't need to draw lots of shitloads of other circles. Is what I do.
And give them names and sizes.
Yeah. And then strangely label one of them the unknowns.
But I mean, but the weird thing is, like we said, they claim the Globies don't know what's in the center of the earth because they've only dug 8 miles. But here, let me show you what I think is outside of our earth that we do know.
What do you think ballers or newbies think of that? If you need a good reason for your cognition to be empowered and reject anything decent you've heard, that picture says it all. Loony, innit?
Yep. Okay, guys, I got like.
I mean, this is cool, but I can't. I'm not gonna go around claiming it. I mean, this is cool though. Either way, I think it's cool. But
it's great if we're gonna do a sequel to Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's do it, Adam. Me and you.
Sorry, guys. I want to go because I got like 10 minutes left of this video, and it's already 10 to 2.
Okay.
So I think we got to carry on.
Craft.
Yes.
That can do incredible things.
Wow. Jonah Edwards with a $33 super chat saying nothing. Thank you very much,
Alfred
Jonah
Mason,
Edwards.
like,
And Skeptic 936. Well, thank you, Jonah Edwards, anyway, for your super chat. I really appreciate it. I have no idea why you didn't say anything, but please do say something if you really needed to. But thank you very much for the support.
he's a Freemason, that's why.
Yeah.
Yes, to
not,
be.
not John or who's
And it's orange. Ooh.
I
Thank you, thank
You
you,
did that.
Thank you, Skeptic936, for your $10 super chat. Really appreciate it too, mate. He says, "Is the life after Globe Ute? It's way better than Globe life." Yeah,
Life
exactly.
after Globe.
Thank you very much for your super chats, guys. You rock. Like I said,
And he's got the goat star next to his name. Oops, so have I.
I really appreciate you guys super chats, guys. All your support. If you guys haven't already, just hit the like button and share. You guys rock. Okay, let's do this. Thanks again, guys.
Move incredible speeds, but it's for here. It's for exploring this world, not science.
Jonah Edwards, your mommy, mate. Skeptic says, thanks, guys. Only 10 to 5 here. Yeah, the thing is, it's 10 to 2 now, and I've got to get up at 5 for work, so.
Oh my God, Splats. That's crazy. You're crazy, man.
But let's see if we can get this finished before 3 o'clock. How's that sound?
Okay, got it.
Typically impossible outer space. Little green men running around, abducting people. That's the Hollywood mainstream narrative. There are underground caverns. There are underground cities. Deep underground military bases, DUMBs. There's all kinds of networks under the ground.
Think about all the underground bases. Think about the millions and millions and billions of dollars that go into black budget projects and there's
a reason they have underground bases and stuff. In the Revelations also says they will hide under rocks. They're hiding from God when he comes and returns, mate. That's why. I do it for you guys. I just appreciate all your guys' support. That's from you guys.
No way, I can't believe what I just wrote. Is that what Rachel said? Hit the clicks. I meant to say it.
Oh, hey, Ute. It's Ute. I know Ute. Shout out to Ute, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, Ute is awesome.
Ute's wicked.
If you guys haven't already, do subscribe to him. He does have a channel as well, guys.
I know.
Yeah, PJ, would you ever put Ute's channel link in?
He does a lot of bike riding in his channel.
Yeah. Ute, I need 6 hours, but I just don't know what 6 hours is.
That is a whole nother industry. NASA. Nobody knows what NASA does.
Regardless if it's a government hoax to instill fear and control and take away our rights, if it's Project Bluebeam, just know that these crafts are not coming from outer space in the magical vacuum of floating balls. They're coming from outer space.
And this is when you should have said, the reason we say this, because it violates the second law of thermodynamics.
Right.
I don't understand how they haven't brought this up once and they talk about space all this time, guys.
Not upper space. They're coming from outer space. The extraterrestrials are coming from outer space. So just know they're not coming from up there. There's a firmament. They're showing you on the daily. Rockets bouncing off of it like water. They're showing you on the daily. They're not coming from up there. They're coming from out there.
So I've recently come across
I think that's a new word we should start using, guys. Hit the clikes. Hit the clikes, guys.
I didn't even correct it, did I?
Yo, Flurs, hit the clikes.
Oh, jeez.
Information from someone inside the military that as early as 1992 they were able to attain the ability to do holography or holograms with acoustic holograms, electromagnetic manipulation, just utilizing light, as you know, for very realistic holograms in any size or proportion that you can imagine with the entire spectrum of dimensions. So I would just encourage anyone that does begin to see this activity in the sky to always keep in mind that it could be simple hologram technology used.
You see, this can also go 2 ways, guys. This is the one thing that's the problem with Project Bluebeam as well. Because, like they're saying, they can say, every eye will see him, and they'll say, okay, now I see Jesus, for instance. They're just going to say, oh, it's just Project Bluebeam.
Right.
But is it holograms in the sky? aliens from
See,
outer space.
Project Bluebeams works with holograms.
No, but they're claiming that it's that these aliens are coming from
outer
space, outer land, and then they're claiming they're holograms.
Yeah, they can't make up their mind. They're making more than one speculation. But like I was saying, with me, when it comes to Bluebeam, that's part of the deception of Project Bluebeam. They want people to know that it's holograms, because when Jesus comes one day, everybody will see him, and then you'll say, "Oh, but that's not Jesus. It's just a hologram. It's Project Bluebeam."
Yeah,
that's the issue. You see, so it could be that, or just aliens or whatever. But there's a catch-22 to the thing. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are going to just say, "No, it's not really Jesus," because I remember them talking about Project Bluebeam being a hologram.
Yeah, but how many people are out there are going to actually know about Project Bluebeam? I'm pretty sure 20 years from now, people are hardly anyone's going to mention or think about that.
You never know.
In my opinion.
Did you guys see the new Apple Vision goggles that came out now? 25 million megapixels, guys.
Yeah,
they want you to wear it constantly. That you see everything like you see now, but it takes away all screens. In other words, so it's augmented
Pokemon
reality.
Go.
Yeah, it's augmented reality on your face, and
no thanks.
They're making it that you interact with other people, that they can see if you're looking at them, or they know if you're just watching a movie or whatever. It's really a start of really pushing people into not knowing what reality is, and it's getting bad.
It's going to play on into that Facebook's metaverse too, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People aren't going to know what's real anymore. There's
I agree.
already people that don't know that's real. Brian Estelle says,
"Yeah,
I have a short video made a few years ago about the exact thing. Bluebeam to pay up truthers to dismiss the supernatural happening in the sky, always as holograms." Exactly. It's really interesting. I mean, like I said, I was Glober for years and thought of Project Bluebeam and stuff, and it's just one of the ways I thought that maybe they could be getting people, because you're going to get people from different sides of the spectrum. You can get people that say, it's fake. You say people, no, that's true. You're going to get people, they'll change. I mean, even today, there's a documentary with guys that actually they use this holographic technology to make armies of whatever look bigger than they are when they invade smaller countries. There's actual documentaries on it. It's very interesting. They say they've actually got people.
Doesn't Hollywood do that already, kind of, with their movies?
Yeah. Yeah, they just use VFX to make it look more bigger than it is.
To manipulate you emotionally.
Shout out Brian
to get
Staveley.
you to be in a state of fear. Of course, we've been warning people about that for over 7-8 years. That Bluebeam was given to us as a warning.
Wow, you warned it for 7-8 years. I've been warning about it for 20 years already, mate.
Damn.
Wow.
Long time.
Remember, I was a Glober before Flat Earth and Project Bluebeam nonsense. And I was on Facebook before YouTube.
Yeah, the Secretary of
and Twitter. I'm not on Twitter anymore or Facebook.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, guys. I did tell the guys that Roger guy, he still hasn't got back to me again, because I asked him if he wanted to come talk. The guy with Christo Enoch. I got hold of him, and he said he'll get back to me. So let's just hope he does. I'm going to remind him again.
Cool.
on Braun, that will be their last card.
He would repeat to me over and over, and the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat. Well, at the time, I kind of laughed when he said asteroids, and when he said extraterrestrials, I knew I wasn't going to deal with that subject. And now we hear on the news just today, this week, that they've slid in another enemy. Only this time we're going to protect our satellites. In other words, we have to have some reason to spend these trillions, to waste these dollars on a space-based weapon system, and they're all lies. A lie.
Yeah.
A spin.
That's true.
And Werner von Braun was trying to hint that to me back in the early 70s and right up until the moment when he died in 1977. What he told me is that there...
Cheers, Jeff. Have a good evening, mate.
There's an accelerated effort in place. He didn't mention a timeline, but he said that it was going to be speeding up faster than anybody could possibly imagine, and that the last card that was being held was the extraterrestrial enemy card. The intensity with which he said that made me realize that he knew something that he was too afraid to mention. He was too afraid to talk about it. He would not tell me the details. I'm not sure that I would have absorbed them if he had told me the details or even believed him in 1974. But there was no question that
That's true, Tony. I've noticed that the anti-flat earthers are just adults that haven't grown up yet. I agree.
that man knew and had a need to know, I found out. The look in his eyes made it clear to me that he knew that there was something going on that was a big secret that he could not divulge.
That'll probably be their last card. I think that's where they're heading. They've got the technology. They've got amazing advanced stuff which they've held from us, the elite families, for millennia.
And also, there's patents for this, guys. There's patents, old documents, patents, U.S. government, Russia government, German government, everyone. They have patents, documents from dating back to the early 1900s of building these machines by hand. Why are they building these machines? For what? What is the whole plan? If these are some special things coming from above, then why does man have to build them here to scare you with them? Why does man have to create...
I want to say it's Hibbler from Hibbler Productions. He just looks a lot thinner. I remember him a bit
He's
more
right,
buff.
though.
I just remember him more buff, though.
I was just looking at those patents.
Mm-hmm.
Are you up for building your own Nazi belt? I reckon we could between us all.
Yeah. That's kind of weird.
But I mean, how else would you expect them to be built if you don't build them? I mean, hello. Will they just poop into existence by themselves? Yeah. I mean, if the aliens did them, they would be by the aliens, remember?
But he's trying to say that they're going to say aliens built them, but in fact it's built by men because this is all a man-made hoax.
Yeah, exactly.
Was my guess. I'm saying. I mean, I think he's trying to say.
So then he's contradicting what they've said, because they said the technology comes from outer lands. Now he says it's man-made technology.
Well, holy, men can live in the outer lands theoretically, right? You're going to be men in the outer lands building that stuff. I don't know.
Oh, that's a new conspiracy on top of the old conspiracy.
So now
it is man-made, but it's made by man in another terrestrial.
So
outhouse men.
I like it.
So we just
outhouse men.
So guys, we are just very dumb. We're still very Stone Age like compared to the outer land people. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Boonga boonga.
The thing is, though, that as implausible as it is still more believable than the ball.
Funny to say that. That's true.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Twilight Zone. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Blue beam technology to coming soon scare you with this stuff because none of it's coming from above you.
Blue beam technology has been around for decades, mate. It's not coming soon. It's been around decades already.
But it hasn't been. It wasn't good enough back then to start employing it on us, was it? I mean,
yeah, this is actually. Travis has this from a different view that we're getting. It says, what I got out of this documentary is they're trying to capture the minds of space and alien believers with speculation beliefs that they are similar to the ball. Also work for people. That's a good way of looking at it, but I don't know. I'm looking at it, the people that watch this, coming to this, and they think, these guys are just wackos. That's all they're going to see. From beginning to end, they're just wackos making claims and being hypocritical because they claim we can't claim everything, but yet that's all they're doing.
Right.
So that sounded like they're trying to present Ball Earth claims as if they're sideways aliens.
Yeah.
And the point I make with that is that what us flat earthers portray ourselves as? Are we here to give apologetics to shift these people away a little bit with a bullshit paradigm, or just tell them that what they've been told is a lie?
Exactly.
I don't need to compromise myself. I don't care about ridicule. don't need to ease them gently when I'm pointing out they're being mugged off.
And also, they don't need to replace the globe rhetoric, because that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah.
They're just trying to replace the globe rhetoric. Let's take the gravity away. Let's quickly make gravity up for them. Let's take the aliens away. Let's quickly make aliens for them. We're taking space away. Let's, that's what they're doing. They're just replacing it.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there's a type of people in Flat Earth who seem to want a replacement model or replacement paradigm, and these are catering for it.
Yep.
Shout out to Arwen.
Arwen is here. Hello, Owen.
Arwen
is random. Okay, it's either coming from the outer lands, under the ocean, or they're man-made, or blue beam, or all the combination of what I just said. But there's nothing coming from above your head, so please stop. Stop holding on to your alien bullshit. Let your ball go.
My name is Joseph Spencer. I was known as a man in black. Following 7 years acting as a counterintelligence agent for the CIA, I was recruited for a new assignment that entailed working within above top secret operations. I was aware of the black budget projects, but never knew the context of them due to their high level of secrecy. Even the president was denied access to their inner workings. Annually, billions of dollars are poured into black projects, which operate without any supervision or intrusion. They have full autonomy. The operations deal primarily with advancing military technologies, most of which have been reverse engineered from recovered alien spacecrafts that had either crashed or were shot down by our military. The public, sadly, will never...
Yeah, guys, he wants to convert people to his cult while he excommunicates us that we're never part of his cult. Yeah.
This guy looks like Ben Stiller's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Interesting.
Knowledge of these operations. Since the early 1950s, scientists have been developing holographic technology. And over the years, improved it to a state that we can only imagine. As I stood there staring at the bomber, which looked so absolutely real and solid that I could reach up and touch it, I contemplated the possibilities. What if this projection...
So hold on. So what if they're already doing this with the ISS thing, where they say, "Look up in the air, there's something up there. Oh wow!" And it's just a holographic projection they call the ISS.
Exactly.
I mean, I can't prove it. I'm just saying speculation. So.
Well, based on Project Bluebeam, the ISS is just a hologram.
Yeah, at least the part we see from our end. I'm saying, yeah.
Exactly.
Given the government disclaimer, apparently, then that would be applicable, wouldn't it? That would be a way of explaining it from disclosure. Doesn't say it is, but
who knows?
Up in the sky. How would anyone know that that was an illusion? The Phoenix Lights craft, witnessed by 10,000 people, was the first grand-scale skybeam test upon the public. It succeeded beyond expectations. In October 1938, Orson Welles unleashed his War of the Worlds radio broadcast to the American public.
Arwen says because Secret Service leakers are always super reliable when it comes to extraordinary claims. Really believe them, damn it. Yeah. Sorry.
Vast portions of the population went into panic. Terrified citizens scrambled to evacuate their cities in droves. America had been easily tricked by very simple means. In the year 2024, the world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected...
2024. So next year, guys, be prepared. Next year, the alien invasion's coming. But one thing I've realized that when people make prophecies of dates, they usually don't come to pass.
Yes. For example, the climate change hysteria. How many times have they said something that's going to happen and it passes, and then they create a new date, a new deadline?
I remember the Y2K bug.
Yes.
That was like crazy. People like
so the newest deadline is 2030 now.
Yeah, everybody was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Backing up their systems everywhere. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was nothing much at all really about that. Very, very little happened.
Holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order. Once this happens, we as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation.
It's already started, mate.
Yeah.
They don't need one world government to say to do that. They just have to. They just have to dumb the people down enough not to fight back.
This is my take. I think Antarctica is a proof. The treaty, rather, is a proof of the one world government already in effect.
Oh yeah.
Because all these countries come together and agree to, say, the Penguins or NASA. All these different governments have space agencies that get their funding partially from NASA. So in a way, it's kind of like, or the WEF, right? How they control the different countries' head health person, for example. It's kind of what we have now, right? One world government, not directly, but it's indirectly, rather.
Exactly.
With that said, the only hope for human salvation is to acquire and spread the knowledge of these activities and agendas. Resist, retaliate, then conquer this imposing enemy. The time is now.
You're not going to be able to.
The time is now.
There we go.
There you go, man. Did it in 2 parts. Congratulations, Flatzoid. We made it.
We made it in 2 parts. I'm so glad.
Yeah. Oh. Adam, he's all.
I know, as I said at the beginning, without you, Flatzoid, that would not have happened.
Well, yeah. That was quite a ride.
Yeah.
What I miss.
Oh, we got $5 there, and $2 there, and $3 there.
Yeah, I
and
just want to say
$10
thanks
there.
everybody for the super chats again and for the
wow.
membership. You guys rock. So I just want to show.
Yeah.
I like this new fan funding thing, so everybody can see. So yeah, thank you. Huge shout out to you guys.
Oh, I get
Really
what's
appreciate
going on.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So who's who for funding? Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. Well, I'm happy for you. Anything to help you out, I'm willing to do.
It does help, guys. It helps me pay for my
And don't forget
school fees.
Don't forget Neil. He posted his Venmo earlier and his last 4 digits of his phone number. I just gave him $10 because it does work. So I'm not trying to brag, but if you all could give him like $10, you imagine how much money that he'd have to be able to get his car going. And I mean, isn't just $10 for me? Each person out there would help, or even $5 each would help Neil a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you. But listen, if you're struggling, man, don't worry about it. This is the call to the rich.
No, it's not, because here's why. Most people out there waste their money on something, trust me. So instead of wasting their money on that something, maybe a coffee at Starbucks, okay? Take one day off from Starbucks and give that money to Neil or Flatzoid, you know?
Thanks, guys. You did great.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, guys, I gotta go sleep. Sorry to say, it's 2:15.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
So the poll ended on 109 votes. What was part 1 informative? Yes, 27%. No, 51%. And have not watched it at 22%. That 22%. What have you done? Go and watch part 1. So yeah, panel. Any closing statements before we close off?
Alan, I'm coming for you.
Oh.
Rachie says, I will not blame Flatzoid for letting me less than 4 hours sleep tonight.
That was my Rambo impersonation.
I don't know. It's like you said, they just seem to be replacing other things with other things, you know?
Right.
Like you say, replacing gravity with G with A. Do you know what I mean? Replacing the space with sideways space. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's
These are
sidelands.
They point themselves out there as being the face of flat Earth, aren't they? You know, so
yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Whatever they're saying, you can guarantee we're going to get tired with that brush, or have to deal with arguments that they've made when we haven't made them.
Exactly.
I thought it was a really nice put together production that dealt with a lot of conspiracy with regards to the space industry per se and things that happen within the space industry. But at no point did I see anything that was actually a flat Earth proof in all of that.
Right.
And that was the only disappointing thing. And that was pleasurable. The only thing I would object to, it was the foisting of somebody else's religious beliefs under the guise of flat Earth, and that was this electrostatics bit. It seemed to have no place even in the well done Discovery documentary that doesn't tell a lot but is nice, and that's kind of what we watched. But that even felt crowbarred in, wasn't substantiated. It was just stated as fact, and that means none of this means you're speaking about flat Earthers. You're speaking about your religion, which I think is now called True Earth. So good luck.
Yeah, good.
Well, so I think this was a good production in terms of being for sensationalism. I think there was, in regards to that genre, it definitely wasn't a good production if you're into trying to get scientific information about, the world we live in. This wouldn't do for you much, if at all. But I think it was great if you like Twilight Zone and you like Unsolved Mysteries, and if you liked those like Discovery Channel shows. I think this is great. It goes, it's up there alongside those kind of shows,
Next time on Ancient Aliens.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, but you got to remember, though, it's all speculation, so you really can't. We know there's some things we can look into, but we still don't know. Yeah. It's all just like you're all just thinking, what if? Okay, but meanwhile, it's not really totally here. I mean, there's a few things that I think we can agree on, like Project Bluebeam mentions, and there's things out there, but who knows for sure all that stuff. But it's still fascinating on some level, in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah. Skeptic, I'm glad you like the background, mate. I think it's nice and relaxing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, that could be a thing for not next time on Ancient Sideways Aliens.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but they're sideways aliens. Yeah.
Do a scientific documentary for FE. I'm actually thinking really of doing a documentary, dude. I think we should do a documentary. I think it'd be actually quite cool. So I think we're gonna have interviews come up soon for free people. Okay, so you guys are gonna get your nice suits on, okay?
Yeah.
And then
I'll have to buy one first.
Well, I think here's the thing. I think you need Adam in it, Nathan, and QE at the very least, and maybe even Brian, a little bit of Brian, and a little bit of maybe even Chocolate and his song he does, like the song he did one time.
Yeah, I'll use all of us. I'll use all of us who is excommunicated from True Earth.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
We've all been
Just keep leaving out the 10th man. 10th man.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. 10th man. Sorry. 10th man. I apologize. You too.
I'm sure all of the apostates will be there. Don't worry.
Peter, Paul, Mary, Matthew, Jehovah.
Yeah, there's quite a lot.
Sam.
I think we should actually work out something. Maybe we should have a meeting sometime, guys, and we can work out the points we want to go through, and then can work out presentation and everything, and then I don't mind.
Make sure you invite Neil, because Neil's gonna want to tell you what he wants in there exactly. What he wants in there.
I think we can do it. Why not?
Make Neil your project manager.
Yeah.
No. I just got ideas. I can't do any producing. I don't know how, but I got ideas. So whenever you're ready, let's sit down and put our minds together. All you got to do is
project managers don't need to do much.
Ask them for permission. They just want to put it together. If he says no, he says no.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure Adam wouldn't mind putting a little thing together. Right, Adam?
Well,
yes, Neil. Next Tuesday is fine.
You know they're available.
You know, put a little something together, a little dialogue together for a documentary.
Oh, and Arwen too has to be in it. I forgot Arwen too to be in. He needs to be in it also. He needs to be in it. So yeah, you guys need to get together and figure it out.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say night now.
Yes.
Good night.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, guys.
Get sidetracked.
It was awesome. Thank you guys for being part of the panel. Really.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciated it. If you guys have anything more you want us to do reviews like this, let us know. I think that's quite cool. But yeah, so I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, at least, it will be earlier, not 11 o'clock like usual, 9 o'clock, because I can use the generator tomorrow again. So yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for all the super chats and the clikes.
Clikes.
Thank you for hitting the clikes and the bears. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. You guys will all rock. Many blessings, and may the pressure be with you. Cheers.
Okay. See you guys later.
Bye,
guys.
Cheers, guys.
Hey, good night, Adam.
Night.
Night, folks.